This is Terrance Gangsta Williams, aka OG Giggity. I just did a dope interview with Reallyfe Street Star. If y'all want to check it out, y'all gotta subscribe right now, and y'all gonna be the first one, the first hand. Y'all can get this right now, hot off the press. Don't wait, man, because then people gonna tell you about it, so it ain't gonna be no more fun. Get that thing now, man. Holla at your boy. Wah!
Real life. If that shit ain't real life,
it ain't real life. Just say real life street stars. You know what time it is.
Reallyfe Street Star. Start clapping right now. Start clapping. Yeah, you're in here with a motherfucking gangster, man. Terrance Gangsta Williams. What it is, brother?
Oh, man, thank y'all for having me.
Hey, man.
Man, goddamn it, a day after Christmas or a day or two after Christmas. You know, I'm just curious for the fans of Gangsta Women at Home. Did you ever have like Christmases growing up, like toys and presents given to you?
Yeah, but when I broke out of juvenile jail in '91, and I didn't get a Christmas gift from my mother, that's when I knew Christmas was over with.
Oh, you held it against her?
Yeah.
Oh, goddamn.
I was looking forward to that, but then I was still a teenager.
Yeah,
you know?
Mama could have changed your outlook on life.
Yeah, she did. So that's why I was like, okay, it's over.
Oh, man. Oh, we need a ghost of Christmas past to come back and show this man an image. Right, it's like a Scrooge movie.
It's over with.
Goddamn.
Yeah.
Well, welcome back day after Christmas, man. Do you celebrate the holidays? Do you?
No.
Okay, why not? Why not even like now?
Because I'm Muslim and we don't do none of that. I don't do none of that. But I don't stop nobody else from doing what they do. I eat their food.
Bah humbug.
Because in prison, we didn't celebrate it, but we had to go to chow, we had to go eat.
Okay, so
I let my mother know, y'all do what y'all do. Let me see.
Okay. That makes sense.
Just for somebody who's a Christian who doesn't understand that, what is the reason why Muslims don't celebrate the holiday?
The reason why we don't, because we know those pagan holidays. That's was something that the people over in those other countries come up with. But and I'm happy we brought this up because I made a mistake the last time I was here when I was speaking, when I said that it was okay for a Muslim.
The marriages.
Right, the Muslim man to marry a Christian woman, but the Muslim woman shouldn't marry a Christian man because the woman follows the man.
Yeah,
I need to correct that.
Okay, thank you.
It's all. If you look in the Bible, you will see that a lot of that stuff been made up, and people just take it around. Because we all know that Jesus alayhi salam, that's not his birthday, December 25th. Yeah. We know that, and then you got to think, if it's his birthday, then why we got to give presents to everybody else?
Come on, you're asking the right questions.
But I don't want to be the one to bear bad news because you got the little children who still like Christmas, who still looking for Santa. So don't get there, because lately every time I voice my opinion on something, people jump on me, man. I've been getting beat up left and right, man.
Yeah.
So,
I got a question, just a spiritual question. What do you believe happens when you die?
I believe that we're going to be stationed in a place waiting for Allah to come to us to confront us about our sins. The sins that we committed while we was on this earth.
That's a deep conversation, man. I would go deep into it, but that'll go a whole nother place. So I'm just
whenever y'all ready for it, I'll sit down and talk.
Okay.
I don't know a lot. I know the pinch, but
I mean, again, you coming from a place that from what you feel. But when you say you don't celebrate holidays, at least there's like Valentine's Day get a go.
None of that, because let me tell you something.
Damn, not even your girl might be like, I want to.
No.
Shit. All right.
She get Valentine's every day.
Okay.
Like Mother's Day. When I was in the Nation of Islam, I learned that it was a lady. I used to know her name and everything that started the Mother's Day thing. But we have to wait for a certain day in the year to celebrate our mothers. The lady who carried us for 9 months, some people's mothers carried them less, some maybe a few weeks, a few days longer. But I think every day is Mother's Day. But I understand people want to celebrate it on that day, but I don't get caught up in all them days. So and I'm happy my family don't press me on that.
So, the Julian calendar, New Year's it's a new year. Do you at least celebrate New Year's Day? God, not even New Year's?
Man, nothing, man.
Oh, shit.
I hardly watch TV.
Okay.
I got all them apps, but now I have to watch it now because I got my app on Roku now, or is it Roku or Roku? But I got my app up there.
Right. Yeah, talk about that. You got a Roku app.
Right.
What is it on there? What's on there?
All my videos that I do on YouTube. I'm gonna have rap videos on there. I'm gonna have some real life street star stuff on there.
Yeah, got to. Yeah.
I got movies on there. I'm gonna put a lot of stuff on there. It's a TV channel.
Okay.
Whoever have Roku in their house, they download Terrance Gangsta Williams Network. Gonna have that little black and gold, what you call that thing? The thumbnail. Whatever.
Yeah, the thumbnail. Yeah, yeah.
And you click it, and then all the videos I've done. You're gonna see a few movies that I uploaded. It's about to go down.
Big Roku. All right, we're gonna go all the way through there because I know there's documentaries planned, things like that. And I would say it's a New Year's resolution, but hell, you don't celebrate New Year's, so.
No, I'm not gonna stop you from celebrating.
Okay, all right. Well, December 31st. Hey, here we go.
Okay, then.
So, hey, we got you in the building. We got to, we definitely want to talk about some things. We want to go all the way through there, as we always do. And
Let's get it. Let's
you
get
in good
it.
spirits? You in good spirits since the last
Of course, man. Listen, when the law blessed me to get out of prison, what I learned being out here, this is nothing out here.
Okay.
I've been through the worst in prison.
Okay.
All this internet stuff, let's get it.
Let's get it.
They just helping me out doing that. Yeah, I'm feeling good.
Now we woke up this morning. To a picture. I seen it on Vlad TV.
Shout out to Vlad. He looked out for me.
Yeah, hey, I seen it on Vlad where, in the way he titles it, he says Birdman's brother, Terrance Gangsta Williams, seen sitting in picture with some OGs or something of that nature. And I'm like, okay, I'm looking at the picture, I'm trying to see it, and then there you go, boom, right there. So I want to do a dissection of this photo because I want to know where you was at, when that was, what the vibe was, because the picture tells a whole story in itself, but most folks won't get the story. So I want you to paint the picture of what this picture, who it was, like who was in that picture. And there was a girl in the back walking off. I'm trying, where's the female? Okay, there's a female in the back walking away. Paint the story of this picture and how did it come out to the world?
Do you regret the picture?
Oh, yeah, we're going to get there.
I want to answer that first.
Let's talk.
For everybody who want to know about regrets, I don't regret nothing I've done in life. Nothing. Because what I've done in life has helped me become the man I am today. Now let's get to it. The picture. That picture was, I think, in 1994. Either 94 or 96, because the person who's sitting on my lap is Sterling, one of the original Hot Boys. Back then, we didn't, like, in this new generation, everything is homophobia. It's like, oh, this gay, but it's okay for someone to wear some tight pants and have their butt showing, sagging with the tight pants. That ain't gay, though. You know what I'm saying? So, but...
No, it's funny because when you paint that picture, I can see in a room of like 100 black men or something, and one person does that, it's like, oh yeah, that's something. But if more than half the room is doing it, oh, it's acceptable.
Yeah, it's cool.
We'll
it's cool when they do it, but it's a problem when I do it.
Goddamn.
But no, but actually, how the picture come out, I had like a few months ago, I had posted a picture, and then when Queen Fran was like, if I was you, I'd take that picture down because that picture gonna go viral. And she said, right now you got a lot going on right now, so you don't need it now. I was like, because I'm just learning social media. I was like, all right, well, take it down. So a guy that I'm cool with, he has a YouTube channel called Truth Be Told. He hit me on Instagram. He was like, I noticed a while back you posted this picture, so would it be all right if I repost it now? So at this time, things kind of calming down. So I was like, yeah, go ahead.
The fact that he asked you, that's...
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? He asked me, can he post it? And I already knew when I posted the first time, the reaction I got, people like, whoa, what's going on? So it's like, man, OG Gig, what's wrong? So I had a feeling that this was, let me tell you what disappointed me a little bit. With all this mayhem going on, that Reallyfe street stars took this long to contact me.
Okay.
Because I was thinking that I was going to right away, because, but y'all still did it in a timely fashion.
Yeah.
However,
yeah. You would think right when you would think, wake up, oh shit, call.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? So, but the guy, good guy, man, Truth Be Told, he had reached out to me, asked me, can he post it? And I was like, fine, because like I say, back then, we didn't see nothing wrong, that we were sure of ourselves. And for everybody who want to know this, and even for the LGBT community, no, I'm not part of you guys. I do not, and we have not, me, OG Sterling, or he's deceased now. Everybody in that picture is deceased except for me and the guy that's standing up on the right side. We did not indulge in homosexual activity. I do not indulge in homosexual activity right now, so don't come playing with me. So y'all can crack your joke, have y'all fun. I'm laughing with y'all with that. But as far as that, it's 4 things on this earth I'm scared of. That's God, AIDS, crack, and penis. So do not come around me thinking, because you see an old 30-something-year-old picture or two, whatever it is, that I'm about to indulge. It's not gonna happen. That's haram. So yeah, but like I said, we used to have fun back then. It's plenty of other pictures that's floating around with my homies in clubs doing this. But in this new generation, you have to be careful what you do. But I'm not part of the new generation.
So explain back then. It was because y'all was gangsters, but was it just some shit that y'all did that everybody understood?
We in the club, we having fun. Like, man, come on, watch out, come on, let me get it. And this was never like a second thought, like, oh man, I'm gay, they fag, because everybody in the club knew who we were, and people around knew who we were. Like, prime example, if you look at the comments, you're not gonna see no old heads from New Orleans, and you're not gonna see majority of people from New Orleans comment on that picture because they see that every day in our city. It's just around the world. But like I said, I appreciate it because, only thing that keep resonating in my mind is when Birdman told me, you're gonna get 5 minutes of fame, and then nobody else ain't gonna hear your story. Oh. I got an hour.
No, listen.
Man, I've been right.
Hey, when you could talk, man. But I'm curious. What was that club? What was the name of it? What was the vibe?
I want to say, I think that was Mr. B's, because we used to go to Mr. B's that was not too far from the Magnolia Project.
I think it looked like Mr. B. I think they might have said Mr. B's in the back or something like that.
Oh, see, man, listen, we used to go to so many, but I've never in my life drank alcohol. I never smoked weed. I never done any kind of hard drugs or anything. So I should be able to remember that. So I want to say it was Mr. B's. I don't think it was downtown in Club Rumors. But it had to be Mr. B's that was uptown. Well,
like you said, we used to, that brotherhood, wasn't nobody gonna test us, and we just having fun, and it just is what it was.
Listen, you think y'all was just too gangster for y'all own good to not see? It's like, nah, this might be.
Like now, listen, let me tell you something. Now, when I look at the picture now,
you like, I was out of line.
No, listen, not that part. Let me tell you the part where I was like, I say a lot of people right when he sat on my lap with my hand on his thigh. I say, whoa.
Your legs was kind of twisted to the side. Like, I'm telling you, if it was a paid-in-full movie, it would have been like, what?
Yo.
But we talk about, like, what is deemed homosexuality and things of that nature. But I feel like when a man is your brother, and y'all have a brotherhood and y'all have a relationship, like for instance, I've had homeboys, we'd be riding in the car together. We was probably 4 or 5 deep. A nigga fall asleep on your shoulder. You don't be like, hey, get the fuck off. You let your brother sleep on your shoulder because that's your brother. And that's how I seen pictures, you sitting on his lap, right?
No, he's sitting on my lap.
He's sitting on my lap. So it's like, that's your brother. That's somebody who you had a kinship with. Mm-hmm. So it would be like letting your brother sit on your lap. You wouldn't tell your brother get up.
But let me say this here. Now, I can see if he was sitting in the middle of my lap.
Yeah.
But he was on the edge. But like I say, I am inclined to have some understanding for this new generation. Like, a lot of people have grown to like me.
Right.
Because I'm one, if not the only one of the only ones that started a YouTube channel, in May, and have 70,000 subscribers. It's hard to get that many subscribers that fast.
Right.
So I understand the new generation. It's like, man, we respect you, we got love for you, OG Giggity, and we see this. What's up with you? You on the download? Woo. No, y'all. I do not mess around.
But these would be the same young niggas. You get in the room with them. You get in the room with them niggas and they be like, yeah, this my bitch right here, man. Yeah, I love this bitch. And we just all old niggas, because I be like, what's going on? You know what I'm saying? So it's just kind of, it's like you trade one odd behavior for another.
Yeah, well, like I say, in today's time, the new generation is running things. So sometimes if you really want to be a part of the social media or be a part of this stuff, you got to kind of bend to their rules. But, since I've been home, I've been breaking the rules.
Talk to him.
Because see, this is the thing, like I tell people, I run by myself. If you don't see me with Queen Friends, I'm going to be by myself. So I don't buy friendship, it's too expensive. Actually, thank everybody, because I had the shirt made and I had the T.O. wrong. I had to put 2 O's on there.
Oh, damn, they saw. Oh, they be on you.
Yeah, they be on me.
They be watching.
Yeah, you got to take so I went and got my shirt fixed. But I don't buy friendship, it's too expensive. So I don't care what people say about me, but I do care if I can get away with that. Meaning, like, I'm gonna do what I want to do, and then when people say it, I just have to deal with the consequences, because I'm not a rapper. I'm not a celebrity, so nobody can blackmail me for nothing. I run my own YouTube channel. I have my own Cap and Cap podcast where Queen Friends and I share it together. I got my non-profit organization. I'm the boss of everything. So I don't have to answer to no one.
So we never talked to you about this on this platform. but I want to talk about it now because, you know, it raises the question. So when you see a picture like that go around, you know, let the people have their fun. Hey, come, hey, you weren't gonna see me about it back then. But then it comes back to mind to where I think you spoke on other platforms to where when they speak about Birdman and Lil Wayne and they say, hey, they used to be a thing they do, you know, where they might come in for a peck, a kiss or whatever, and that's just something that they do. If you look at the totality of it, when you see like, hey man, we gangsters, we having fun. You look at situations like Birdman, Lil Wayne, like, hey man, there's nothing funny in that. That's just, you know, that's love from a father to a son type. Do you understand why people is coming at that situation from this day and age? Do you at least understand what they're seeing and say, hey, wait a minute?
Yes, of course. That's why, like I explained to you, and I tell everybody else, and I'm gonna say this again. When you're dealing with the social media, you have to develop bulletproof emotions because you're gonna get so much disrespect. You're gonna have so many people come at you. Like I had a lot of people been hitting me up and, what's up with this? Man, tell me that's a, what you call that thing when they
Photoshop.
Photoshop.
Yeah.
I'm like, no, that's the real picture because I'm the one that put the picture out there first. And then when my buddy, truth be told, hit me in the DM, he said, man, it would be all right. Yeah, go ahead. Because I had a feeling that this was gonna do what it was gonna do because a lot of people been, like even Birdman or his little crew, they all stalking me. So whenever I do something, they're gonna report it. Oh, Birdman, he said this. Or he said that, you know what I'm saying?
Get it back to me.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? So I know something like, you know what, this gonna go. Because like I explained to people, had I come home, right, and Birdman would welcome me with open arms. So now you got a story, okay, you got the original high boy from the streets, somebody who helps start Cash Money, who came up with the high boy, blah, blah, blah. Then it's end of the story. It's over with.
I feel that.
But now when me and Birdman divided, because everybody don't like Rich Gang or Birdman. So I got a lot of supporters that like me. You know what I'm saying? They got love for me. So now my story must continue. Them 5 minutes came, gone, and now I'm back. Right. Now I got to think what I'm going to do next. That's the only thing.
I mean, you say you got, I mean, you know, I know you say you got more pictures like that made, but just, you know, that was enough. That was enough.
No, I don't have no pictures.
Oh, shit, okay.
No, that's the only people we, but I'm saying there's other pictures of my homies in clubs like that. You know what I'm saying? But this is what I learned. People are gonna look over that. It's because of who I am, the name I've made on social media. You gotta keep in mind, Charleston White and myself had the social media in the haylock for months. And none of us, I don't consider myself a celebrity. But for me to come home, and Allah blessed me with the understanding and to learn to dissect this social media stuff. So that's how, you know, I've been able to weave through traffic. But I've been enjoying this, but at the end of the day, man, you know, I know how to, because the majority of my supporters are youngsters. And they want to know, OG, what's up? You know what I'm saying? We steppers, we out here, but I always let them know at every video I give a positive message. So I denounce the streets. I'm not into that.
There you go.
You know, but.
Now I gotta ask, you mentioned Birdman, he recently made a video saying that, you know, for what he did in this music game, it ain't been none against the people that came before him or after him, but he said it cannot be done. The amount of money he's made, the amount of careers he broke, just his level of ingenuity in this game. He said he ain't seen nothing like it. He won't see nothing like it. It can't be duplicated. When you hear him say something in that space, what are your thoughts as far as with your brother, you know, basically doing what he did for Cash Money, Young Money, and beyond, basically?
Oh, without a doubt, they made history, him and Slim. That's a fact. I kind of disagree with saying that it can't be done again because you never know what could be done. If you did it, someone else could come back and do this. Follow the blueprint. You know what I'm saying? Anything could be done, you know? Just like I had told a guy, I said, you know, I was part of building Cash Money legacy. So if you think I can't be a part of the brain, helping build that, you think I can't build another one? You know? But now, I got to tilt my hat to them because they done had some of the top, I'm talking about hits at the hits, some of the biggest of the biggest artists that come out on their label. So I understand he got his bragging rights, you know? Just like how him and I used to go at it with the stunting on the street. It wasn't until I went to prison that he was like, you came out. I was like, yeah, you right. He said, you give it to him. I said, yeah, you got it. You know what I'm saying? He shot past me, you know. I can't mess with him. But we'll see. You know, like I say, if one thing we know about the social media, you all, and including me when I say you all, because my ears are the closest, we keep recordings. So when Birdman made the statement, this is not gonna happen again, it could be 20, 30 years from now, somebody gonna come up and say, Birdman, remember you said this here? Now look at this here. But man, it's a lot of work that need to be done if you wanna try to duplicate that. That's some big shoes to fill, but you got people that's up for the task. I know I am.
So how did you feel when those BG circulating that he was out? It was obviously a fake article, but for a while it looked like BG was walking out of prison and they had a video. Did you ever get to see that?
Yeah, I already see. This the thing. I'm not in the huddle, the Cash Money huddle, right? But you gotta understand, this is my family. So I'm gonna get the phone call. And when I looked at the video, there's none of these people was BG family members. And then another thing people got to pay attention to, I'm going to give y'all some game. Boosie love BG. T.I. love BG. Birdman love BG. You ain't see not one of them posts, BG home, welcome home.
Right.
So right there should let the people know, but I know a lot of people was excited, and it looked like for a second like, boy, and once you see the film, like, man, ain't no BG. But I already knew it wasn't because of the fan, and like I said, I don't know the exact date when he come on, but I know the month when he get out.
So when is BG supposed to come home?
I don't want to disclose that because he haven't come out to the world with it, but
right.
I will say this.
Is it soon?
Yeah, it's gonna be at the top of the year, y'all.
Oh shit. When he gets out, will you reconnect with him and chop it up with him?
No, because I know he's with Habizo, who's my op right now. That's the word the youngster uses.
Goddamn.
Birdman, who's my op right now, but I love him. He's still my brother. But he's gonna be on that, that's what he with, you know what I'm saying? And you gotta respect it because I look at things like this. Had it been me and the role was reversed and that's BG in the situation with me, I wouldn't want to talk to him at all. You know what I'm saying? Because this is something that I stood on and I couldn't stand. Man, listen, I used to hate a rat. I couldn't stand a rat. I could hate him with a passion, So I don't get upset with people when people say certain stuff or don't want to be bothered with me. That's fine. I'm old anyway. I don't want to need no friends. I don't even go to clubs. You know what I'm saying? If I want to look at certain stuff, I go on Instagram. It's so much entertainment on Instagram. If I want a good laugh, I'm going to YouTube, Charleston White. So I could be, now and they're gonna really be in trouble once I learn how to work my TV, because it got all them apps on it. Once I learn how to do that, oh man, they ain't gonna never see me then.
I guess what's really disappointing about that, right, is whatever you stood for back then and you got out, like, we're all fucking grown, right? Mm-hmm. Like, as a grown man worried about what another man did to attain his freedom, I just feel like we done got to the point to where we're really like this kind of kid shit. Like, whatever I did to get because we all know you niggas really ain't in the streets like that. We are, it's getting proven day by day at this point. Rappers really ain't in the streets. And if you are in the streets and you rapping, you just dumb as fuck. So, like you say, and I don't know nothing about BG, Birdman, but from what it looked like when he went in, him and Birdman wasn't on no good terms anyway, because he was with T.I. on Grand Hustle.
That's true, but money, the money talks. See, this is what you gotta look at. Birdman raised BG. That they fell out, they wasn't on good terms. However, you know how they say if you can't beat them, join them. Right. So it's like Birdman up, Rich Gang. He got one of the hottest rappers in the game right now in NBA Youngboy. So it's like,
Youngboy's on. He is on.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying. So that's what. Yeah.
That's how to Cash Money, 65 feet or something.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying. So that's why I'm trying to get me a Rich Gang chain. Them boys. You did. So they over there, But no, seriously. But he looking at like from a business standpoint. I got to go over here, to get right. I've been down all this long time. He up in age too, but if he go get with them the young rappers over there, because he already can rap, he already got the streets, so he gonna be able to fit right in with them young boys. And to answer your question about the stupidity, how they feel, like I spoke earlier, this is a young generation now. It's about politics. If you notice, there's a lot of rappers, and I'm gonna say this because Cash Money, there was some of the first labels, not the first label, but one of the first labels to grab hood dudes to start touring with them. So you got these real street dudes hanging with these rappers, and then these rappers get into role and forget once the camera's cut off that, hey, all right, now chill out. So that's how you get in a lot of these cases. But you know, with Cash Money, they gotta protect the brand. You know, like I explained to them when I first come home, nobody's bigger than the brand. You know, so you know, do what you do. You know, like I said, like if I came home in my early 30s or middle 30s, you know, where I still, you know what I'm saying, where I could wear my little tight fitted clothes, it'd be different, but I ain't.
And then, you know, we also been talking about, because we see a lot of individuals getting in trouble by the niggas that they hung around. Why is it just not, we don't invest in proper security? Why is it at this point, because we look at the situation with Takeoff, and you're an innocent bystander and you're just killed by somebody in the entourage. And, you know, not everybody look crazy. Though we got a whole city looking crazy because you done killed somebody who was basically one of the Beatles. No, he was not no security guard. He's a DJ. I believe. He should have let security.
But, now let me say this. See, in that situation, even security wouldn't have been able to stop, so now security might be able to return fire. But you know, once it go down, it's going down. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm just speaking from when I was in the streets. But I would say this. A lot of these guys want to be in this big circle that they have with this industry. And when somebody come to your city, now the thing is, when they come in, like when somebody come in this, say if we got a little dice game going in here, somebody should be at the door to pat people down. Man, you can't come in with your gun, leave your gun in your car, or have one of your shooters to stand by the door, stand out here, but don't bring that weapon in here, because now you're putting everybody, even myself, in jeopardy. You know? But a lot of guys don't think, the only thing they think is, man, we got money, we about to have fun, and you don't know what's gonna happen. You know, a lot of guys coming to be ticked off, that girl that made them mad, or you know, the money ain't right, and now they come in here with their feelings on their shoulders, and they take it out on whoever in that vicinity.
Have you ever been in a dice game that went bad?
No, I always robbed the dice game. I never gambled.
How much have you made off robbing a dice game?
Man, you know what? Let me tell you this here. I just did a story on that. When I was broke out of juvenile jail, we went in this little bar to rob the dice game, and there's this police named Shorty. I don't know what Shorty at, but anyway, when we was back there sticking these guys up, one of my guys, he's deceased now too, named Seven Dice. We call him Seven Dice. He come in there, man, you know, police Shorty, and so now we got to stop the robbery. People grabbing their money now, so now my big homie that's with me, he got to play dice now, and we lost all of the money. We got their money back, and we lost a few dollars, but we had to get up out of there. But, yeah.
In the middle of the robbery? We got to start shooting for real?
Yeah, man.
That's wild.
It's happened when I was a juvenile. It was a club called Newton's on 7th and Dry in New Orleans. But I would call dice game back. I was young back then. You might catch a dice game anywhere from $3,000 to $5,000. You know, I didn't catch no big, you know, major leagues, how they shoot dice now. Because a lot of stuff they're doing now they didn't do back then.
Yeah, what's some of the stuff they didn't do back then that they do now?
Well, for one, wear them old tight clothes. They didn't do that. Man purses, that wasn't in style. A lot of this men arguing back and forth. I'm not used to that. The thing is that if we got beef, once, you know, somebody say once you pass the first lick, now it's on. Yeah. How they be on it? Oh, pull up over here, or yeah, do this when I catch you. Man, yo, bro, go ahead on, pull up with the Drake or the F&N, whatever you're gonna do, and work, you know? I'm not encouraging nobody to do that now. Cause they'll be, oh, you Giggity say we can do this. No. Well, he asked me what we didn't do back then. I would say this, we didn't have structure or a lot of politics like they have today. Now I think that had we had a, like as far as the politics where you could call certain people to sit down and talk, 'cause back then we was like, you know, once it's on, it's on. Like, we ain't nobody trying to hit nothing. We about to paint the city red. We about to have them on the news, and we about to be the talk of the town. You know, like now when something happens, somebody make a call quick, yo, give a boy's chain back, man, do that for me. All right, OG, I got you. Back then, we took somebody's chain, somebody called, you gonna get invited to your private party, then hang up. Yeah, for real, I done took this man's chain, I'm about to give you nothing back. You know what I'm saying? Because even if I give it back, he might hit me. So it's just a lot of new stuff that I be peeping out that I'm on the sideline, so I get to see everything. It's like when you playing chess. Everybody on the sideline see the best moves.
Right. Nah, for real.
You see what I'm saying? That's why I want to play chess. I like to play Monopoly.
Man, have you ever seen, because I was just thinking, man, these niggas be at the dice game with so much jewelry on and so much money in their pocket. Like, that would be the lick of the century now.
Man, listen, I'm gonna tell you something. I was like, man, I'm not in that life no more. I say, man, but if I need a quick come up, man, because see, a lot of them get so comfortable and relaxed, right? And then this is what I look at too. Some of them, not all of them, some of them that bring them shooters with them shooters be scary. They really just want to show you, I'm with it, dog, I'm down. But they really don't be no shooters.
Oh yeah, no, without question.
You know what I'm saying? So I be like, boy, that's a quick come up, you know, but.
Now, it's crazy, right? Because there was a story T.I. posted where he said basically he snitched on his dead cousin to get out of jail. But you don't see the internet killing him like they've been killing you. Do you feel some type of way about that?
No, first of all, I was the one that broke that story.
Oh, damn, okay.
Someone sent it to me and, man, listen, bro, I get so much stuff in my DM about people.
Sure now.
Bro, so when they sent it to me, right, a dude was like, yo, post this, I want to see if Boosie gonna have the same energy with T.I. as he had with you. So I checked it out, right? I said, and I'm like, wow. So I held it for a few, I said, nah, I ain't gonna do tip that because I don't have a problem with him. But then I was like, this social media, you gotta have content, you gotta, you know. So I was just like, y'all, what's the difference? What y'all, you know, think? Boom, I posted. And man, when I seen Say Cheese, the brother AK, King Yellow, when I seen them, shout out to King Yellow.
Shout out King Yellow.
When I seen them talking about it and they posted and had my picture on there, I said, Mama, I done did it again. Because now, because I got myself 5 minutes of fame. And now, when you got these big platforms that got millions of subscribers with my picture and talking about my story, now you're gonna have these people like, well, who is this guy? Let me go see what's up with him. So now people gonna come to my page, check out my little life story, the little videos I be doing, and you know, it just worked out fine.
So T.I. said his cousin told him in a dream that he came to him and said, hey man, you got it. Did you have any people come to you in a dream?
Nah, because I was wide awoke and I already I already knew what it was. Listen, man, I should be in that cell. You know that Trick Daddy said, locked up, praying for this, making plan for this. I just be sitting in that cell thinking like, see what I should do? Like the Prophet Muhammad, sallallahu alaihi wasallam, peace be upon him, what he says, think 3 times before you speak. So I should be like, I know if I do this here, he gonna be mad, he gonna be mad, he gonna be mad. So I already had a feeling that a lot of people was gonna be upset with me because a lot of people in my city looked up to me and respect me, like even in Angola. So, but then I was like, man, you getting old, you're not going back to the streets, you're not trying to be a stepper, you know you can't go back to the hood and take over because them the young boys, they not having that. Because I was young at one time, so, and I knew how I'd come up like, all you old heads, watch out. So in a way, you know what I'm saying? I'm not about to come on and do that. But to answer your question, I'm not upset or feel a certain type of way because T.I. is a celebrity. He's a celebrity that has done a lot. You see what I'm saying? Yeah. So I'm just like a person that got on YouTube. God blessed me to be able to get a nice following. And a lot of people just gravitated to my story. And it's like when you the people's champ, they look for something to take you down. So I enjoy it.
So I'm curious, for T.I. to have told the story and, you know, for you to break that story, for it to have some similarities to your story, do you feel like there's a lot more stories like that going around where people are out or avoided trouble or avoided doing time based on giving up someone who's not here? Like, hey, I know we dead now, but yeah, he's your Huckleberry.
It's plenty of stories like that. Plenty, man, listen. This what I've learned about that too. Like,
are police cool with those? Like, are police cool like waiting for someone to pass and then everyone, hey, yo, let me tell you something about, you know.
See, because you gotta keep in mind this here. You got, when you got homicide, right? Somebody have a case, you got the homicide detective. But when it goes so long, now it's a cold case. So you have detectives that are stationed to that cold case. They're appointed to that. It's your job to go still try to solve this case. Yeah. So you got the detectives that are on the active cases, you got the detectives that are on the cold cases. Yeah. So that's still going on. Then you got families that still be wanting answers. Like, who killed my child?
Right.
You know,
right.
So yeah, but I don't wish, the thing is this here. People know T.I. as a celebrity in the industry.
Yeah.
People have known me to come to be this internet social media guy. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? That shook the social media for a few months. Yeah. So I don't try to compare myself with T.I. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm nowhere on his level, you know? Yeah. But we have we share a similar situation. But I don't want people to try to say, well, this, and this, because, you know, Boosie not gonna speak out on that because Tip is a multi-millionaire.
I saw something, and I just want to get your take on this because it was just kind of odd to me. So recently, one of Boosie's cousins stole something from him, right? Mm-hmm. And he got on every platform he had and said, hey, look, y'all, my cousin stole from me. He stole this from me. Here go the footage. Now, if y'all see my cousin, he ain't with me. I have nothing to do with him. Y'all do whatever y'all want to, because my cousin, he's a thief and he stole from me. What is the goddamn difference from telling the whole world versus telling the police? I mean, I thought street business was just street business and shit that happened to you just happened to you and you just handle it.
Let me tell you something, bro. I seen that, right? But certain stuff, like once I have a situation with certain artists or whatever, sometimes I be like, okay, that didn't ran its course, so I don't really, because I was like, really, you telling on this man because you put the footage out, so, you know, you got a thing where somebody get arrested, you could be like, nah, I want to press charge, but then the state could pick up the case. Right. Then you got a situation like when you get arrested by the Fed will take whatever you did and enhance you for it and say, okay, we have evidence, Your Honor, that he was involved in this crime, and this crime. And with him posting that footage, you telling, but ain't nobody gonna say nothing about it because it was something minor. Right. You know what I'm saying? And people love Boosie because he like to run and rave, and when people bored, they go check out what Boosie got going on.
Yeah. Now, and I love Boosie too, we all do. But the thing is, it's like, where does it's just so much hypocrisy in it, right? Huh. I guess that's just where I be lost at because like you said, like the last time you said you was here, if it was some situation, he said, when I was in the streets, I was the law. He's like, when I'm not in the streets no more, then I let the law handle that. But when and everybody portrays to still be in the street. Like that's how they move and that's how they handle their business. So it's just weird that everybody letting everybody know their business and what's going on and what's happening to them.
You know, that's another thing, because he had proclaimed when he was going through it, man, I'm a stepper, I'm a violator, I'm this, and this. But you go into social media and what's going on in your household. So I be like, I just learned, I say, man, you know what? A lot of these guys is internet gangsters now. So dudes took what they was in the street now to the internet.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Oh,
because I find myself sometimes like, I got a homeboy down my way. He got like an Instagram page. He just hate me. Right? They got a page called We Hate Rats.
Damn.
and majority of his video, he get up in the morning, dedicate his name. I'm gonna give him an alley hoop. His name B-roll. He in a wheelchair.
Okay, B-roll in the wheelchair. We hate rats.
He called himself Pastor.
Pastor. Okay.
Oh, he goes off on me. Gangster, you B-word, you snitch, you neutral rat. He go off on me, right?
God.
I say, you know what? It's something about me that I intrigue this guy because he wake up just about every day to talk about gangster. And I be like, I know his father's got a good time, man. We tired of hearing about gangster, but the way he talk and do it, he just will have you laughing, you know. So sometimes I entertain him. I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna go because what I learned about the internet, like a lot of real life street star fans, y'all have y'all fans. So now what happens is, if I come on, so some of your fans might be like, you know what? This guy pretty cool. Let me go see what he got going on. So now some of your fans gonna come and see what I got because I'm not stepping on your toes because we all monetize, so we're gonna get paid regardless. Yeah. You see what I'm saying? So with my little homeboys, I was like, you know what? What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna show them, okay, listen, I'm gonna go back and forth with y'all sometime when I feel like it, but I'm gonna show y'all how to get y'all some money too. So when y'all get this money, you know what y'all gonna say? Yeah, gangster, you rap, but I got you paid.
I see,
you follow my blueprint.
you have a history to where if you go on someone's page and say, see, I got your address, I'm gonna do you something dirty. I'm gonna feel a different way when it comes from gangsta. I'm like, sometimes we internet thugs, but when you got work that you could put in and say, oh nah, hey man, hey man, like you have a different voice, I feel, when it comes to going back and forth and saying, listen, it could go there if you really wanted to go there.
See, but this is the thing. Now people know. There's a lot of people with fake pages. That's number one. So they be coming at me.
Number one.
And I be laughing about that, right? But the thing is, people know I don't never want to go back to prison. So if you don't harm my immediate family, then you ain't gonna have. Listen, sometimes I go back and forth, trade videos all day with you, if it makes sense. If people gonna log on and look at what I'm saying and look at what you're saying, then yeah, I trade this with you. But I'm not going to the streets because if somebody called me the B word or the F word or you coward, you snitch, you rat, man, I'm not going back to the street because I always say this, bro.
Wait, so there's nothing that could trigger you?
Nothing but my family.
Okay.
If you kill moms, I'm going to tear the whole city up.
Okay.
Maybe the state, but that's just what it is. But my children, yeah, but my girl, maybe I might go out there for her, depends. If I ain't mad with her at the time. If I ain't ticked off with her at the time. But nah, for real though, but I'm not going back to the street. So a lot of people like, man, they're gonna get you, go back to the street. No, man, I just did 23 years and 10 months in prison. I don't wanna go back to prison. It's too much beautiful women out here. So man, when I go in Walmart, man, I be like, wow.
So let's talk about it.
Let's talk about it.
Gunna.
Oh.
Did Gunna fold? Do you consider that ratting?
Listen.
Snitching? I mean, where does it lie?
I try to defend Gunna, right?
Okay, let's go.
I try to help Gunna out.
All right, let's go.
Even when Boosie first came out, when Gunna first played out, when Boosie first came out with it, I was being petty and trying to do a video to combat that. Like, Boosie, you don't know what you're talking about, man. But Gunna, he just need to come on hang with me.
God damn. Come to the comfortable place. Come where you're safe.
Because this the problem, man. Now, I don't think he knew that he was being recorded. I think he might would have had the lawyer to close the court, seal it up,
shut some shit off.
I know this. He can still take the fifth, so he don't really have to get on the stand. But this is the problem. The judge already gonna be biased towards a young thug when he go to trial because one of your main men has admitted this is this. Right, it's gangsters too, it's this, and this. So now, when your lawyer tries to object, y'all gonna be like, man, get out of here, man, because your man already said this, so it's already in his head. So now, what Young Thug need to try to do is try to put it and get a whole new venue. Just go, I want to move my trial somewhere because I ain't gonna get a fair trial here.
Hey, so with that being said, that means Gunna, with what he did, might have fucked up Thug's case, from what you're saying.
Yeah, I'm inclined to say that. But all I'm saying is that Gunna got money, right?
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm the big homie. That's what I'm saying. I'm the big homie for them telltales. So Gunna need to contact me, check in with me, and I'm gonna make sure he good because Gunna. Bro, listen. Let me tell you something. I felt so bad for all jokes aside. I felt so bad for this young man because so many people made videos and just dogged him, man. I was like, wow, they was making raps. Because like when people make video about me, I'd be happy because I'd be like, okay, look at my face, look at me, it's cool with me, you know what I'm saying? But for him, he's a celebrity, man. You got music out and I remember when I first saw him, I didn't know who he was, right? I had asked Queen Francis, well, he was on the radio station in New York, 105.
Yeah.
Charlemagne now.
Yeah. Power
Right.
105, yeah.
Who?
Power 105.
Okay, he was over there. And he had his little outfit, he had his jewelry, and I was like, who that is? And they would tell, oh yeah, he with Young Thug, and he did it. I was like, oh, okay. I had just seen him on there, The Breakfast Club. Yeah. That's what it was. So, and I was like, okay, but I don't listen to a lot of them young rappers. Only one little rapper whose song that is that one song that I love to listen to for his male, and they got the female I like too now. But I get the male, that young boy, little baby who got that, talking about the time, we in the loop, and little loop.
Yeah.
That song, that be right. I love that song, right? And that girl, Gorilla.
Yeah.
Her and Caught, I like that two songs. But yeah, I don't really get caught up in a lot of that rap stuff, new raps. But I am starting to, y'all calm down because a lot of people be hitting me up. So don't jump on me, y'all. I'm starting now because I'm putting my record label out, and I'm looking at having a major deal for 2023. Someone promised me this, so if they lied to me, I will be back on Reallyfe Street Star, and I'm gonna add out, I'm gonna blast them. They gave me their word, they're gonna give me a record deal. So for my label, and I got some nice artists. I don't want to say what the label is right now because I don't want nobody to be taunting my artists and don't give them a chance because you know they got the stain on my name, so I don't want to mess them up right now. But there's some hard artists coming out. So with the right machine, we're gonna do it big, and we all gonna come to the Reallyfe Street Star. Well, I might not show my face. I'm gonna wait till I get the first platinum hit, and then once I get the big money, then I'm gonna be like, nah.
Yeah.
But yeah, man, I just felt bad for Gunna, man. I don't believe that he knew he was being recorded. And from the footage, how it was from the back, I was like, somebody stole that on that man, you know? But like I say.
How does that happen though? How does court footage like that leak? They letting niggas in there record?
Yeah, family members, people coming in with their cell phones and putting recording. And then, you know, it's all kind of little.
But the footage out.
Yeah,
That's
the footage
crazy.
out now. You know, it's all kind of, but see, you gotta do this. Here's another thing. When you go to court, your lawyer have to follow Moses saying, Your Honor, I don't want this. You gotta keep, that's public records. So the media have a right to come in. Unless your lawyer could try to file a paper saying, hey, Your Honor, this is gonna affect my client, his family, we don't want nobody in, close the courtroom off. See, they need to start paying me for this game because they don't be knowing this stuff, man.
Because you would think if Young Thug was as dangerous as they said this man is, right? Then they wouldn't allow all these people to be coming out and say, this man said this man said this. Like, it's like, how dangerous could he be if everybody is willing to risk their freedom to get off? I mean, not risk their freedom, but risk their life. Because
Okay, you got to think about this here. Think about this. I'm gonna go to one of the toughest in America, John Gotti. Sammy told on him, and no telling who else gave statements on it, right? So that's tough stuff be only for the streets. Once you go to prison, people like, man, we on even turf now. Right. You know what I'm saying? You ain't tough no more, man. Get out of here. The people you was paying or the people your flunkies, they not being taken care of no more. So now they on to the next person they're gonna be a flunky for. So all that tough stuff go out the window. And plus, a lot of these guys, and I talk about Young Thug, y'all now, a lot of these guys not really tough. Just that image and the shooters that be with them be the tough ones. You know what I'm saying? So, and I guess, you know, like I say, but we don't know until Young Thug go to trial if Gunna gonna go sit on that pine box. So we can't really just get a man to rap. Now he didn't got up there and say what he said. We can't take that back.
So he's part of he's part of the Rat All Stars now.
Well, I'm gonna say this here. I'm gonna say this here, Gunna. I'm gonna say this, Gunna. I'm not calling you a snitch. However, I got a seat right here because it ain't looking good for you. You admitted, when you admitted that YSL is not a record label, that it's a gang, and that you was present with Young Thug with these drugs and these shooting, this search stuff. Yeah, man, I try to help him, man. I feel bad for Young man, so he need to send me a few dollars, man, because I got a nice platform. I could try to speak up and try to help him, but man, he done, bro. He done.
Will his rap career survive?
Yeah.
Okay. How many years will Young Thug get?
They gonna try to get him life.
Damn.
If Young Thug don't take you gotta keep in mind this, Young Thug gonna try to take him all the way because he right now it's like, man, I'm hot. People checking for me. I know if I go home right now, I'm through the roof. I just beat up some violent cases. I'm about to rap about this stuff. I'm about to go get me a platinum hit. I'm about to go tour. I'm about to, it's up. You know what I'm saying? So his hands is just tied right now because a lot of people don't want to plead out. Man, I ain't about to take this here. I ain't about to. And then some of that stuff he may be innocent because I know how the government or how the state or whatever, they'll put some stuff together just because you know him and you didn't talk before. Okay, we're gonna tie all this to him. Yeah, we're gonna tie all this to him and we're gonna the jury decide what's what. And then I learned this too. A lot of them guys are lie too. A lot of them guys are lie and say, yeah, Young Thug sent me Young Thug because they want to get their deal. You know what I'm saying? They want their deal to go through. So, and then he might want to take care of a lot of them. So a lot of them might look at it like, man, he won't give me the money. Well, I don't care. You know, so, yeah, man. You know, so I know a female that got to go testify on his behalf soon. So I might have some footage of that. I'm gonna put that on my channel. But Yo,
So what do you feel about the other female who was begging old dude like, don't worry, bro, you got a son to come home to. Like, don't worry about them. I mean, damn, to say what you need to say, get out that motherfucker. Get home to your son. This is one of the lower guys. The lower guys. I don't know who was shooting what, but he was the one that he wasn't the artist.
let me tell you this. I wasn't surprised, but I was kind of shocked because I didn't get that when I first went to the Fed. When I first went to the Fed, I was in my early 20s, and my oldest baby mother, Sherelle, this was her exact words. She said, "You all right?" I said, "Yeah." She said, she used the B word. She said, "B, you better not rap. You better stay silent."
That's what I'm saying back. It used to be the females be like, "Nah, nigga, like you stay." Nah, that's what it was back then. Like even the females was silent.
My mother.
Hold on. Let me call my second baby mama. This first one ain't talking about shit.
Listen,
I need a motivation from you. You fucked up.
man, yeah.
That nigga like, well, shit.
Well, God.
Is it possible for niggas to rat in the paperwork just never get out?
Of course, I know a lot of them that have done it. I've been in jail with a lot of them. See, this is the thing. In a pen,
What do you got to say?
in prison, a lot of dudes will cooperate, and dudes will do this. They go back to the case man and say, "Listen, it's my partner, man. He's a good dude. Get this paperwork, take my name off it, put his name on here, so you can have some clean paperwork to be on this yard." Or you got some dude that'll tell because they like little peons, or say for instance, let's say how we're in Texas right now, Dallas, right?
Yeah.
Say we're in Beaumont Penitentiary, and you got guys that's from California. It might be only like 2 or 3 guys from California on this yard. So they're not gonna investigate him because they're looking at it like, we need the numbers. We need, homie, you in the pen. Look, if we get into it, you gonna push that knife, you with it, you bout it? All right, well, come on. So a lot of people be getting by, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, man, there's a lot of funny stuff going on in I ain't gonna say that right now.
Well, we gonna get to them prison stories in a second, but I do gotta ask you. You mentioned something earlier, where you mentioned it's not really the.
To finish, you were saying so about the people that are able to snitch and kind of get around it.
Yeah, I had a guy I knew that had came from the pen, and him and I had got real cool, and he was like, "Man, it was so many homeboys in Atwater that was hot that I used to have to show them how to get their paperwork, or like people had their family go on the computer and fix paperwork. Man, listen, it's hard to tell what's real and what's fake these days. Man, because they got so much fake paperwork floating around. People get paperwork made, had their lawyers get it made. Like I said, I just seen guys go to the back, to the case manager, and get the case manager to take one name off and put his name on it, and he could show that to the guy and come and say, "I'm straight, I'm good."
Yeah, damn. They said make up fake paperwork. You just
Yes.
put a nigga name on it.
Yes.
Now, you were mentioning the artist that has little niggas around them, that those are the niggas that you should be scared of. When I see Boosie, and I see a name like Marlo Mike, and I see like, hey, Boosie, of course, did his time, got out, but a guy like Marlo Mike, who was a younger dude, who is still in jail right now to this day, young dude, influenced, probably, very, accustomed to what Boosie had going on and whatnot. To see him serving his time out and for whatever whatever he's caught up on, what are your thoughts when you see something like that where the money needs to be protected, but again, I don't know the details of their case, but when you see the younger dude going down for, whatever the fuck going on, what do you say to that? Like when like, all right, we have the guy, but then it's not really the guy we're worried about, it's the guys who got something to prove around him or around them younger dudes that you got to worry about. What are your thoughts when you see a situation like what the dynamic of that?
The reason why I feel bad for the young boy Marlo now, but the reason why I don't really jump to conclusion or really pass a judgment on him because I was a young stepper.
Yeah, did you have a guy under you, or were you the young guy?
I always was the youngest, running with a lot of the older guys, but I always had a voice. I wasn't going on no dummy mission. That's why a lot of people always respect me because I'm always, "Oh man, I don't like this. I think this." I've always been a little small, skinny guy, but I've always had a voice. I think that whatever their case may be, and I don't know what Boosie is doing, but I think just because of the young boy gave the state whatever, then took it back, whatever, he's still doing a life sentence, and he did what he did in those streets, that I think that he still should be taken care of. He still should be looked at. And like I said, we don't know what's going on with the situation, but I just feel like a lot of youngsters are misguided, and with me being in the streets, knowing about the streets, been involved with it, I've been shot up, stabbed, car wreck, life sentence, now I'm free. It's my job now to reach out to the at-risk youth. I know I can't save the world, but I can only let them know, hey, you don't want to play this game, man. Because, like I said, I was blessed, man. You know, Cash Money held me down my whole bed.
Yeah.
That's why I'm not upset or bitter, you know, with Birdman, because they was there for me when I really, really needed them, you know. I got a daughter that graduated from Howard University, one graduated from Tulane University.
Oh,
and I was able to pay for
congrats.
college tuition. I didn't pay for the whole thing now, so.
But yeah, still, it
I
went
was able
towards.
to pay a semester, you know.
Yeah.
So, you know, they took care of me when I really needed them. Now I don't need you because as long as they print money, I'm gonna get some money.
As long as they print money. I tell you, goddamn it.
That's just a fact, bro. I love money, you know, but I just feel bad for these little young boys. They misguided, you know, and the reason why I don't, you know, some people be like, man, that happened to me. When I came up, nobody didn't get in my ear or push me. I just sat back and was like, I want that. My mother tried, but man, watch out, I'm going here.
Yeah, we ain't going the long route. We going quick.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
Quick. Tomorrow I have it.
But this social media now, these little young boys, is just like, it's like peer pressure. That's what I'm looking for.
That is
right
what
now.
it is. It's peer pressure. I see it in not only my kids, I see it in other kids. I mean, it's just peer pressure. Ooh, I'm like, God damn.
Yeah, that peer pressure, man.
To get you out there.
That's why we got to get some kind of little groups to let them young boys know, stop, don't worry about, first step is don't worry about what the next person going to think about you.
That's the first step. Now, I got to get you to weigh in. Torey Lanez found guilty. Shooting Megan Thee Stallion is the headline. Do you feel sorry for Torey? Are you upset with him? Do you need his vindication? Do you think he did it? Do you like now that he's guilty? Now that he's guilty, are you like, God damn it, Torey? Like, what are your thoughts when you see that Torey Lanez found guilty for shooting Megan Thee Stallion?
And should he also be added as a snitch for telling the old girl that he was smashing his homie?
Snitching on
Let me ask y'all this question.
Go ahead.
Do we look at Megan Thee Stallion as being a snitch because she had to get on the stand?
So all right. So I look at anybody called to the stand. If you plead the fifth, you did your job.
But I'm saying, is she held, because she's not a stepper, she don't rap about no killer gorilla
She's a
stuff.
civilian in my eyes.
Right, so she's not, that's
Yeah,
what I'm
she's a
saying.
civilian
So
in my eyes.
This is a question I pose because you know, get the internet
in the game.
going. But
Yeah, is she in the game? I don't know. The music is.
When call laws, if they start getting shot at, bro.
well, see, y'all
So we
subscribers
confused
don't
back
comment, right? But now, I don't know. I don't feel bad for Torey Lanez because of this. A lot of these celebrities, a lot of them get out here. First of all, I'm not with violating or disrespecting a female. Period.
Okay, let's start with that. Yeah.
Yeah, I had one bad experience with a female. I'm not gonna say she beat me up, but in middle school I had a fight with a girl and she stood in there with me and I was like, whoa. So I ain't never done that again.
She's with the 1-2 with the 3-4
In the hallway, yeah. So the boys I go with a female, I might have a few choice words. Like I had a bad when I used to cuss them out. Very bad. Now I haven't said a cuss word since 2005. I use the N-word. So I use other words to try to tick them off. But when I see them getting real mad, or when you laugh, this is the thing this how you get your girl. When y'all get in an argument, you just laugh in her face. That's like totally disrespectful. So you'll see what she'll do. If she just real heated, ticked off with you just laugh in her face. I want to. Matter of fact, y'all hit me and tell me what happens.
I mean, yeah, we're gonna try. We're gonna do that challenge.
Yeah, do that challenge.
But wait. Have you ever had to brandish a weapon just to like, hey, you taking me serious right now, or we're gonna have to let this bitch off? Like,
no, because a lot of females were scared to come around me back then. You know what I'm saying? So I never had those problems. I only had one girl that used to stay by my house. She was a little bigger than me. And she used to rip my polo, fight me. Because I have other girls coming to the house. But let's get to Torey Lanez, man, because the girl, I don't want to get nobody in trouble now. I ain't tripping now. Sometimes, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, a lot of the women, you know, they be knowing already. They already be knowing. Don't play with me. Like I'm happy I've never had a woman to scratch my car, but you know how the women get crazy to do what I ain't.
you ain't had that shit?
Nah, man, I had some foreign whips, so I'm happy I ain't had those problems. But I always pick my women too. Like, you know, I was like, okay, I could, you know, so I never had those problems with women, you know. I ain't with that drama. But I don't feel bad for Torey Lanez because a lot of guys get in the industry and they get full of that alcohol and everything you want to do when you were sober, it comes out then. So that's that false gangsterness. You know what I'm saying? So I'm not saying the man guilty because I don't know what happened. Megan Thee Stallion, she stood on for a long time that he did that to her. And I know she's been getting into it. She had password with Drake and a few other people about playing with her about the case. I think that Torey should have went underground, while the case was out. Mm-hmm. But, a lot of people that are in the limelight, they love it, you know what I'm saying? Because sometimes I be like, whoa, I did that, because Queen Frances always beat my head about this social media stuff. When I left the street, it wasn't social media, I had the beepers. I left my beepers, man, rushing too. Yeah, but so when I see certain stuff and I see certain people posting stuff I've been did or said, I'm like, wow, they are listening. So now I gotta be mindful of this stuff, I gotta be careful what I do, what I say, But I just look at it like, man, hopefully they don't give him a lot of time, bro.
So let's speak on that. First, he spent hundreds of thousands of dollars on lawyers that lost the case. What are your thoughts when you see that he spent that much money on lawyers that lost what looked like could have been a mistrial or something?
A lot of people go get these big dogs. Oh, a lot of these people go get these big dogs and be hearing this word about, this lawyer good, this lawyer good. But they don't be realizing, because I heard this out of my lawyer firsthand, that a lot of these attorneys are cool with the DA or the prosecutor.
Right.
They live in the same neighborhood, they go eat together. Because I remember when I forgot about the Fed, Baby done paid my lawyer $20,000, it was a mob boss lawyer too. So I'm like, I got a big dog. So he sent his son, right? I said, man, tell that lady, man, she got me charged as kingpin, I wasn't the boss. He said, well, when I go have dinner with her tonight, I'll tell her. I said, go dinner tonight? I said, he against me. That came out of my lawyer's mouth, so I was like, wow. So then I used to always hear that, okay, we'll give you him, and you're gonna owe me one. So when I get a client, I'll be like, hey, let my client walk. They play those kind of games, so, you know what I'm saying? So we don't know, what went on with that situation, but I would say this, a lot of those entertainers, they need to just start paying me to represent them, because I can do better than a lot of them lawyers, because a lot of those lawyers just do the standard procedure. This here, motion here, or this law here, they couldn't do this, they couldn't do that. But it's up to that jury. You got to put on for that jury. Some of them, the lawyers just lay down on you, man. No, I just hope they don't bury him, man, because the man got a nice career going on, but when you do that goofy stuff, you got to pay.
I think where he went wrong, I think he went the rapper route. He should have went the R&B route, and he should have said what really happened. He tried to keep his motherfucking mouth. Because I bet you Usher, Mario, any one of them the singing niggas, they would have got right up there and said exactly what happened. Because if you didn't shoot her, anybody else, but these rappers, they be like, hush, hush. But he should have been an R&B nigga during the trial.
Do you think he just didn't want to take the stand because of perception of taking the stand?
Not that, it's just this, it's this. Yeah, because if you get on that stand, man, they got some sharp DA, man. They will tell you, man, they might ask you one question, and they come ask you something else and tie you up, and now you're looking bad into the jury. So your lawyer gonna advise you, don't get on that stand. Yeah. You could be innocent. You feel like, man, I ain't do that, but nah, don't get on that stand, because, man, you know what I'm saying? You was out there. So now, if you put yourself in that area, in the vicinity of that stuff, now they're gonna have a case on you. So you know what? Chill out.
But the security guard that was in the car that was the most sober one, they opted not to hear his testimony. Torey's team did that.
See, now what happened is, I know in the Fed, you could file ineffective assistance counsel saying, hey, man, it was my key witness. It was the one that could have freed me. Y'all dropped the ball on this one. State, I don't know. It's different. But man, that was just a sad day for both sides, because Megan Thee Stallion, she got her justice. Torey Lanez, I saw how his father with the cutting up. I was like, whoa.
Man,
you know
listen,
what I'm saying? So Pop believed his son innocent, you know what I'm saying? So, like I said, I don't know, man, what the case may be. Only God, Megan, Torey, and the people that was around know what really happened, you know? But like I said, I just hope they don't bury that man and, give him a lot of time, because he took him to trial. You know, once you take him to trial, you'll be ticked off.
So for what's about to happen, and from your knowledge, again, I know you did Fed time, what does a situation where like artists like Torey Lanez going into the LA County jail system. How was his first 30 days? How do they treat celebrities? How do people come in that has that kind of notoriety, even in the Fed system? Like, how do they get treated in the first 30 days of just being incarcerated?
See, the federal is different from state, because in state, automatic celebrity, they're gonna put them in a hole. They're gonna put them in protected custody in the state. Now, you can sign a paper, or a tough man waiver, get your lawyer. Now, let me out, I don't wanna be in, but they automatically gonna protect you first. Yeah. Fed, they don't care nothing about that. You going straight out there to them wolves, them hyenas, them lion, tigers, and bears. You just gotta hope that wherever you from, it's more y'all there, or if you in the gang, that your homies there, because now they're gonna be looking for you to take care of them anyway. But yeah, the state different for the Fed. They go automatic. State, they gonna put you in protected custody until you say or get your lawyer say, hey man, let the people let me out. Y'all not responsible for me. Fed, automatic, you going out there to the compound. Unless you tell the people, oh, put me in the shoe, man, I can't live here, I'm scared. Because ain't no protected custody in the Fed. Everything you gonna be checking in, you could go to a soft yard, you know, where drop out, rats and snitch hang out at, but you going, like Big Meech went straight to the yard.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So, convertible bird straight to the yard.
There you go, man. Now, I'm curious because a lot of this happened while you were sitting down. So you probably don't know the ins and outs of the details of this, but being from Louisiana, when you see a situation like Master P and his son Romeo, Lil Romeo, where they're going through it, what's family, supposed to stay within the family, but now it's kind of spilling to the internet, and you see a family-son dynamic that's also a family business kind of just going through the ringer right now. Again, this is from your home state. With the history with No Limit and stuff like that. For most of this time, you were sitting down. But what do you see just outside looking in? 'Cause I know you're just a person watching this like everybody else. What are your thoughts when you see something like that with P and his son going on?
I don't like it because for years, man, I used to watch Romeo, P, how they interact with one another, and that was a father-son. That was like all love, and to see that, it's like P raised Romeo the right way from what I seen from the outside looking in, from the industry standpoint, and to see Romeo attack his father on social media, I don't like it because it's like, even if your father wrong, don't bring it to social media. That's something that you're supposed to protect your father image, because this your father. This somebody who helped you, who's there for you, groomed you. I remember P holler, yeah, my son Romeo put up $10 million for my movie. I remember, I don't know how true that, but I remember P spoke on that, So to see something like that ain't cool, man. This your son. So I'm gonna be honest with you, like sometimes when I make my videos trolling Birdman, sometimes I don't like doing it. I don't want to do it, but then I be like, it ain't like we in the streets, Like a lot of guys that I go at now, I don't have no personal beef. Like I don't want to see them in the mall and get to fight. I'm too old to be fighting and going to jail for fighting or battery, whatever the case. Man, I don't got time for that. You know what I'm saying? So certain things, man, you should be able to pick up the phone.
So when you hear Lil Romeo say, I never got paid from Rap Snacks, or man, for my music career, I'd never seen a dime, you use my money to pay the taxes. I mean, is P wrong in any of this, or is it?
Of course, that ain't right, man, because just your son, he earned that. And P might look at it like, you my son, I've been taking care of you, boy, since you was a little baby now. I got you. He sunned him. That's my son, and then I'm going to son you. Right. You know what I'm saying? Now that's cool. Now for Romeo to speak out like that, now you got to be like, P, come on, man, where the money at?
Right.
You know you wasn't getting high, P, you know what I'm saying? But know where that come from? When a lot of them live that flamboyant lifestyle, they want to keep up with that. So like they get over their head, and it's like, there's money coming in, I got to keep paying, I got to do this and this and this, I got to, so that's just a bad situation for Romeo to speak out. He ain't lying. The man ain't gonna come out and say that. You know what I'm saying?
Biggest facts.
So, man.
Act like this.
That's what I'm saying.
From a real place, like
right,
shit.
You know what I'm saying? I've known Romeo being a cool, humble young boy, you know what I'm saying? But that,
you feel
like,
he's entitled at all? He's speaking from a place of entitlement?
No, I think he's speaking from a place from a young child that grew up in the industry to I'm a man now, and I realize, Pop, you wrong.
Right.
So if I got to go to social media and add, because you got to keep in mind, a lot of people love and respect Master P for what he did.
Oh yeah, he taught a lot of people's hustle.
Right, you know what I'm saying? So even though I kind of don't like P, I respect P. I like the hustle, and then he from a city. So I look at it from that, and I be like, Romeo said, I'm like, come on, P, man, what's up? What you doing, you know?
Right.
I don't know, man. I think I look down on people like that take people money because I've always been, you know, one, I'm not gonna let money get between me and nobody, you know, because money you know what the Bible say? A fool and his money should soon part.
Yes, that is, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So, I don't know, bro. I think, like, since I've been home, man, I done made a nice penny with YouTube.
Yo, talk to, for what they don't know. Like, listen my voice is ringing.
It was a guy, right? The one who on Rehate Raspberry. He was like, "Yeah, you broke it." And I started to take a screenshot of my YouTube check, one of my checks, and be like, "Man, you know, this is what YouTube paid me." Yeah. You know, I showed the one. He was like, "Man, I said, yeah," because the guy had called me one time. He said, "Man, don't tell nobody." He said, "Man, but I made $30,000 this month." I didn't believe him, right? But it was believable because when I had first gotten the game, that first month I had made $2,000. So I was like, well, that's possible. I said, let me go hard. I went hard and I was like, wow. And then when and YouTube, they're gonna tease you, they're gonna show you ongoing. For those who monetize, you know, they're gonna have a month and they're gonna have ongoing. So it's gonna encourage you to keep going, keep going, keep going. And like every 2 days or so, when you check that month, it's gonna show you how much you accumulate. Oh. So I was like, oh, then the next thing gonna be, you know, they want to pay you once a month. So now it's like, oh, they really gonna give me this money? Are they really gonna post this? Or am I gonna have a problem with my bank? Is this too much? I'm getting.
He said, am I stealing? Am I robbing?
You know what I'm saying? So once you go through that phase, you like, okay, it's cool now. So YouTube helped me out. But then the thing is this. Now
wait, hold on. You can get paid off YouTube?
I've been getting paid off. I don't know about nobody else. Handsomely. Listen. Like I told you, they'll tease you. They'll have that foot right there in front of you. Like, look what you got. Look what you got coming. Hey. So, listen, sometimes I already had that money spent. I'll be like, okay, I'm going to spend it.
I had that money spent. Yeah, man. I know it's coming, so it's hard.
You know, because that's locked in. That's guaranteed money right there. Once they show you generate that, I'm getting that. That's guaranteed. So, you know, but like with my money, it's like now I have to be smart with it. I have to invest now because I know I'm not going to be on YouTube long.
There you go.
Because my channel is built off hood stories. I haven't done that much in my life, so I can't, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, so I got to try to find something else to do with this channel. But in the meantime, the money I've been giving YouTube now, okay, I want to invest in other things.
Now, something that could have broke the internet, we seen you post a picture with Charleston White. Well, I'm like, I'm like, oh shit, what's about to happen with this? So what was that chance meeting that you and Charleston White bumped into each other and y'all took that picture, and what can and may come of that, if ever y'all do something together?
Shout out to Charleston White because when I first come home, I made it known that, hey, I'm for the at-risk youth. He do a lot of stuff for the at-risk youth. Mm-hmm. And he had a function in Atlanta and he invited me to it. So I got the call, hey, I know you're dealing with the children, man. I got something going on in Atlanta, man. You want to come out, you can speak, you see the children. What? Oh, I'm on it, right? Love. Listen, man, I was so happy, right? So one of my people, not his people, one of my people booked the flight for me. They booked the flight, so I get to the airport, I'm excited. So I go to these young boys, hey, is this the correct flight I'm supposed to be? Yeah, you good? It's kind of behind Chicago, blah, blah, blah. All right, I sat down. I go back, I say, hey, is it? Yeah, you good. The third time, I say, hey, they said it'll be in a few minutes. You had a little slight delay, but you're gonna be good. So I go sit over here to charge my phone, I'm chilling, and then I see it's getting empty over here. So I see Denver up on the thing, I say, this is kind of small flight going to Atlanta. I said, hey, all these people going to Atlanta? He said, nah, man, you just missed your flight. What? Oh, damn. I asked y'all 3 times, now they looking stupid. So it was like 10, 15 other people that missed their flight too. So the little young boy, he going off and he go cuss the man behind the thing, like got a little rattle. I said, well, it's about to go down. So the man grabbed the phone, he called security. I said, oh, he was faking. But I'm thinking, the youngster, listen, man, you might well chill out. We'd have missed the flight. Let's just reschedule. But I just canceled mine. And I wanted to get to that event so bad. So I went to Love Field. I went and caught a plane there. I made it there late, but I got there and we went to this restaurant. And I was shocked. I was like, wow, Charleston White in the hood. The restaurant we went to, Miss D's or something, the barbecue spot, but he was actually in the hood. I was like, okay.
He gonna go to the hood.
Yeah, I was like, he in the hood, man. Preferably. You know what I'm saying? He had his people in there now. Don't get that twisted now. They in there posted now. So soon I went, I peeped, I look in the back, I see Drew, he backed in the cut. I said, okay, I'm letting you know, I see you. What's up?
Shout out, big dude.
Yeah, shout out. So, and we got a chance to talk. So it was Queen France's idea. She was like, y'all just stand up right there. She said, this gonna go crazy on the internet, and y'all just like y'all having a conversation. So we just like, yeah, it's like we talking, right? And that's why it's muted. You can't hear the talk. So you have people think we were gonna do this. I was like, I'll put it on my Instagram, man. Listen, that's the most views I've gotten since I put that stuff on pictures on Instagram. I was like, whoa, this stuff's serious. I said, man, if me and Charleston White sit down and either we crack jokes or we just have, man, that's gonna go viral. That's gonna be crazy.
The Rat Pack.
Yeah.
I'm just fucking with you.
Yeah, let's get it. Let's get it. You know Charleston White gonna get you for that. But yeah.
I'll take it.
Charleston, you heard him. Now get him, Charleston. Yeah. But I got a party coming up. I just invited Charleston to my party.
Oh, that's gonna be love. That's gonna be love.
Yeah, man. I'm inviting Reallyfe Street Star too.
Y'all are painting a blueprint for what a lot of young black dudes are sitting home. How do I make this internet work for me? Y'all are really painting the blueprint, and I commend y'all for it.
Thank you very much.
I have to ask you because this situation just happened, and definitely condolences and rest in peace to Big Scar and his family and his people and the 1017 family, which is Gucci Mane's artist. He passed away. They haven't done no autopsy, thing like that, but they're talking possibly some type of overdose, some type of maybe drugs or chemicals or whatever it was. But he's 22 years old, and we did an interview with him on our platform about a year ago. And I just want your thoughts as far as back in your day, you might have a Pac die, a Biggie die, Jam Master Jay, you might hear Big L, but with these kids and seeing that they look up to these artists and these rappers and they're 20, like from the young boys and everybody else, they're young. And you see a situation where Big Scar passes away. Do you think it affects these kids in any kind of way as far as to change up what they're doing, self-health, mental care, like things? Do you think it affects these kids anyway from what you see?
No, not at all. Our children, our youth, this generation have a short attention span. They look at it like, oh, that was him. I'm healthy, I'm good, ain't nothing gonna happen to me. I'm out here, you know what I'm saying? I can go drink some of this here or go smoke some of this here and I'm good. They don't care about their health. They're not looking at that. They're just looking at, I'm about to get up on this gram and I'm about to show up and show out. So a lot of us, I'm speaking to me first, old heads, we need to lead by example. We'll talk about, we need to reach, but we gotta reach out. Because when them youngsters, and I know this firsthand, I've talked to a great deal of youngsters since I've been home that's from the streets, and I get their ear. But I learned this. One time is not good enough because a person could listen to you like, yeah, okay, yeah, I see what you've been through, okay, I hear you. And once you leave, now it's like the Draco right here, the FAN right here, I'm back to the streets. That stuff with Gangsta or Giggity was talking about, he ain't paying my bills. Or my ops out here, so I got to go, I still gotta protect myself, I still gotta, because nobody don't wanna move. People feel like, and I was one of these, when I was in prison, I felt that when Katrina hit, when people migrated to Texas and Florida, and was like, I was calling on, I ain't never going back to New Orleans. What, you turning your back on the city? And I was mad about that. And I should tell people in prison, man, I'm never leaving New Orleans. Man, that's one of the best moves I could have made. Shout out to Texas, man.
Love, hey, Texas love. Yo. Texas love. Man, we love you back.
Man, Texas love me, man. I get a lot of love in Texas, man.
Man, it seems like a op now can be just a nigga that you got into it with on Facebook. What was a op really back in your day? What did you have to do to be a op?
You had to kill or shoot one of my family members, one of my homeboys or something. That's when that was like you, cause you right, cause like I could be on how I be on Instagram now. When certain people send me certain stuff, I be careful how I respond to them because I know the little youngsters wild and crazy out here, right? So I be like, some of them be hiding behind fake pages. Some of them might be like, yeah, all right, well, whatever, beat it. I might say a little something slick, but I'm not gonna go too far because I know the little young boys, they pulling up. You know what I'm saying? So, and I just think about like how I was coming up, and now this generation, they ain't playing. You know what I'm saying? But back then your op was somebody that pulled the trigger on one of your family. Like you say, right now, if we get into a staring match, oh, no, I don't like him no more. Yeah, it's up now. You know what I'm saying? Anybody a op now.
So like back then, what would you do if could a situation be squashed? Like if nobody had died, could a situation be squashed?
Back then?
Yeah, back then. Let's just say the scenario is you get jumped in the club, but nobody died, nobody got poked up, but you got jumped in the club. Can we solve that amicably? Can we solve that amicably?
No. No, y'all jumped me, man. And now y'all done beat me up. Then 9 times 10, if I fail, y'all put feet on me. Y'all just, That's what I was about to say. You got these females in there, they watching this stuff. You would embarrass me. No. Now if you jump one of the homies, one of my homeboys, and they feel like they want to let it go, we gonna rock with it, but we gonna be like, man, you down bad. The reason why I'm looking at it like,
How quick do you retaliate?
you gotta retaliate that same day.
Damn.
Man, that's back then, you had to, because if you let stuff die down, they're gonna look at you like you soft. And the reason why, when you said, can you squash a beef if nobody was killed, I couldn't really answer it, because I know a situation that these two projects had got into it, and this big dope boy stepped in, and he had the police to set the block, to cut off the block, and they met in the middle of the block. They talked it out. Man, one morning, early in the morning, they caught one of the dudes out this project, and they up and went to hand him out. Now, they just had a talk a few weeks ago, just over with, okay, squashed. But they like, man, we gonna kill him when we catch him. Yeah, it's over with to y'all, but so that's why I'm like, people be doing some cutthroat, slimy stuff, so I can't answer that for everybody. Now, I can only answer for me. Now, in this day and time, I am more forgiving, That lengthy prison sentence that I did has gotten my mind right, so when people say stuff, and people be like, Gangsta, you coward, you rat, you beat it, but listen, man, I don't want no pride. All right, cool. I don't want a pride meter. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm not in the streets no more. I don't tote a weapon. I don't have a weapon. So, and I always tell people this: if I was to get in the streets, say if I got into it with somebody, and I went at this person, it's 20 other people that I actually think when I was in prison that I was like, you know what? I want to go home and kill him, because he think he's slick. He got away with it. So I'm like, if I pick up the gun, I might as well go all out. So I'm gonna leave the gun where they at. And I'm gonna enjoy this life, man. I'm gonna enjoy the freedom I have, man. And that's why when I get into it with people, I let it be known, listen, man, this internet entertainment now. I do not want to take it to the streets, man. So leave me alone, man. Just keep it on the internet. You could cuss me out. You could disrespect me. If you could get through to my page, you say your little comment. If I don't like it, I'm gonna delete it. Get out of here, beat it.
Straight up.
But other than that, I enjoy it though, man. I'm more forgiving now though, yeah.
So when you see like an NBA young boy and Fredo Bang squash their beef and put together like a drive for the kids, and then you see, I think it was G Money's sister comment like, oh, that's some weak shit because she's still holding on to that. Like, what is your take on that?
I think that was big for hip hop for them to do that. And it was big for the city of Baton Rouge, because you got two big dogs that was like, man, so none of the youngsters, because you got to keep in mind, you have people that were filing Fredo Bang, you got people that filing NBA. Yeah. So, young boys. So it's like to see them two big dogs, and the reason why I say that because when me and the guy was beefing, we met up in the joint, we took a picture, we sent it out, and they was shocked. It was like, whoa, these two hooked up, man. That's, so for to see that's big for the culture. And I understand the sister, because it's like, she was affected, right? So it's like, man, y'all, you weak, you squashing it, man, we still crying over here, we still suffering. So you gotta sympathize with her too. So it's like, we like this here for the people, but when these cameras going off, they still moaning over here. So,
but man, I mean, in the grand scheme, so many more people die if they just keep going. Like, we can be sad and we can mourn the loss of your brother, but how many more people have to die because them two won't get along?
I mean, you're right, I agree with that, but the problem is this, I understand what you're saying, more people could die, but we looking at it is, my brother dead now. Yeah. So I don't care nothing about, we looking at my family still, when we go to that bedroom or that kitchen table or that phone not ringing because he's gone now. So I'ma still, grieve for my family member, you know what I'm saying? So, and we be selfish in a lot of situations, you know what I'm saying? So, like I said, man, I'm just happy that I could be on the sideline and chime in sometime, but I noticed bro, just about every time somebody asked me a question, I chimed in, the person didn't like my answer and they just attacked me.
That's how I go. Goddamn, that's how I go. But we also hear, because, you got them stories that for the young man who needs to avoid prison, avoid doing any kind of wrongdoing, you got them stories that will probably get to that young man's mind. And we want to go through a couple of those, man, and just touch base with you because, again, we ain't never did no long period of inside time. And, we just like to know things, man. I'm just curious, man, for Terrance Gangsta Williams, and what was the craziest or worst lockdown situation you've been on? Like, what was the cause? What happened? How long was the lockdown for? Can you pull that out of the memory banks?
All right, I know one happened in Yazoo, Mississippi, behind a TV too. The Serranios had the TV. Well, the Pisces had the TV. They went to they took all of them off the compound, and then the Serranios tried to get the TV. Some blacks wanted the TV. A black dude beat a Mexican up. He went to the window, looked down. The GD was on the rec yard, and they had this mandatory mandatory workout, but they got their weapons on them. So having the Serranios had their weapons, they just started attacking any black.
Wait, they weapons, when you say they weapons?
Knives, shanks,
weapons, shields.
Yeah.
All the shits.
Right, they had them out there. So the GDs was strapped. So they was able to up and get them Serranios off something. So the blacks come out the room, out the gym with the pool sticks, swinging them. I didn't see where
that caused a lockdown though in itself to
yeah,
where they
that was a big lockdown because you got two different race riots. So you got blacks going at it with the Mexicans. I didn't see anywhere Muslims then went to war with different gangs and different cars where we be on lockdown. We might go on when the Big Me situation happened, I think we was on lockdown for 2 weeks that time.
What was the Big Me situation?
It wasn't him per se, it was some youngsters in his crew got into it behind a basketball court. Like, there's this young boy from New York. New York guys kind of look cocky from Brooklyn. Yeah. So he was like, yo son, I got ups on the basketball, on the blacktop.
Yeah.
Old head in DC, he's like, nah, I call next. Man, I call next, because once you call next, then you get to pick who you want to pick to play out, because we got indoor gym and we got outside. So the old head and the young boy going through the words, so the old head was like, well, let's go inside. No, the young boy said let's go inside because Big Meech and his crew was inside, like about 25 of them. So the old head like, all right, let's go inside then. So the other old head, he like 50, he took off on him right there. They stole off on him,
Yeah.
They went in the gym and went to rumbling in the gym, and then after that, more people came out. A lot of people came out for me from the South, though. A lot of people came out for him. But the problem was a bunch of old heads that had knives, that had been down 20 years, they was ready to go to war. But they locked us down. Like, man, I'd been locked down for a month. They might lock you down, like if a fight happens, somebody gets stabbed, they might go to the two cars. Like, they used to do this in the pen. Like, they might have us come out to the yard, whoever's speaking for the car, and put us in a cage. Us over here, they over here, like, what's up, man? Can we politic? We can work this out, The staff might come, y'all work this out? Well, hold up, go get us some chicken, get us something to drink, and we're gonna get back with y'all. Because now the staff got to make sure that if they open this compound, nobody's gonna get killed.
Right.
So the inmate's gonna be able to let the staff know, stand back and let us politic this out. Man, I done seen some stuff where, when I first got to pen, one of my Muslim brothers had got ran up top for masturbating, right? So the captain go to the imam like, hey, excuse me, I gotta speak to you. He said, nah, not right now, I'm busy. All right, and he walked, I was like, what the world, where I'm at? I'm like, an inmate just told this man, no, I'm busy, get on.
Nigga.
Yeah, man, I done seen this kind of stuff.
Wow.
I seen them lock an imam up, 400 Muslims go to the lieutenant, hey man, we want him back on this compound. And they'll let him back out.
Damn.
Man, listen.
So the Muslims, do they ever take an L? Like they?
Yeah, Muslims have taken, it's rare because what happens is this. This what guys do. If I know, say if I'm from Texas, say it's 300 Muslims on the compound, there's only 20 of us from Texas. We're gonna be, listen, man, y'all know the Muslim deep. So this what we're gonna do. We got 5 of them now, you wanna look, at a certain time, we're gonna take off on them. If y'all in this dome, y'all take off on them, and then they're gonna lock us up. And they're gonna ship us, and they're gonna separate us. So it's gonna be on my paperwork, we got a separate T, so you ain't gonna never be able to get me back. So I done butchered your brother, I done stabbed him up, he lost his eye, or he got a lung collapse, they had to fly him out of here, and we got away. Now we going to the next joint. We just gotta hope they don't send an email or they don't send word to this next joint that we coming, and then they crush us coming there.
Damn.
Stuff gets serious.
There you
man.
go. There you go. Even with those lockdowns, I'm curious, what's the craziest weapon that you've seen found? Like,
Man, I done seen a knife about this big.
whoa, wait a minute. Yeah, wait a minute. Yeah, nigga, that's Naruto, nigga.
Listen to me, man, it's guys, and you know what? It's other guys that y'all might interview or that chime in from, they'll tell you, man, guys usually like to pull out a sword just to show, don't play with me. Because when I pull it, I'm a push. You know, I got my write-up. I got caught with a 10-inch shank in my cell.
That's pretty.
I stabbed a guy.
That's pretty lengthy.
With a, I think it's like about 7-8 inch shank. I stabbed a guy with. I got a write-up for that. I was just happy he didn't die, man, because I was like.
So you just keep it under your bed, on you at all times, sleep with it?
A lot of people sleep with it on them because, see, in the penitentiary, when they'll pop the doors early in the morning, you got to get up, put your shoes on. Like your cellie might step out, like, go ahead, get yourself together. So you go brush your teeth, get right, put your shoes on, boom. Then your cellie going to come in, vice versa, you know, he going to get himself together. And all day you're going to be up. You're going to have your shoes on, your boots on or something, because anything could pop at any moment is going down. So some people take naps, like they might have 2-3 of their men standing up guard, or if I go to the shower, 2-3 of my people gonna come into the shower. It depends on if it's tension in the prison. But man, you know what? Let me tell you what's crazy. My mother come fussing at me. Man, Mama, I love you, but she come fussing at me 2 days ago because I was in the tub for an hour.
Oh, wow.
Man.
Because you, listen.
I sat in the tub. Bro, I ain't take a bath and sit in the tub.
Yeah.
20-something years.
That's a luxury you don't, people like, hey, people don't take baths now probably. They shower and get on. But to sit in that tub for an hour to soak.
I had to keep running hot water and run the water out. Then I had that stuff in there from the Walmart.
Yeah, the bath salts, the little shits that's floating
man,
in there.
Come
on, man, listen.
I'm soaking in the tub, then after that I got out, then I showered, right? But it just felt good to be able to sit in the tub.
Man, that's something that people don't remember.
And she come bother me about that.
So I'm curious, because you don't look like a fighter, man. Did you have a lot of fights in prison? Like, shanks, like physical fist fights.
Only one fist fight when I first got locked up, but in the feds, it's rare you'll see a fist fight. You got some guys that will fist fight. I'm one of the ones, I will fight if it's in the moment, but I like to get it over with faster, so I prefer just put that knife in you, make a scene, have it bloody, so they're gonna talk about that.
Damn, the way you say it though.
That would go, listen,
go ahead and put that knife
normal
in
the prison system, bro. This something that guys like to do. They'll prefer to paint the little dome red, and you're gonna be talking about that for years. Like, don't mess with him because he gonna push that knife.
So how do you even go about procuring the knife when you first get there? Like,
your homeboy's gonna give you that when you're off the door. When you first get there, here you go. Or like they took this off the camera, so like the dental floss. Like dudes used to go in there and actually get the dental floss and saw the beds and like the beds, they would saw that and make shanks, big shanks, or garbage can. Anything they see they could get to saw down or plexiglass, they're gonna make a weapon. You're gonna get a weapon. That's one of the easiest things to get in prison, a weapon.
So do y'all have situations like, even now where, you know, like there's a blizzard or a hurricane come through, power outages? Like, have you ever had a situation where the power went out, or it's like the air ain't working, the heat ain't working, it's like niggas is going crazy in the hell, like nigga, it's inhumane in this bitch, and y'all really want to go ride against whoever the fuck?
No, but they'll lock us down, but man, let me tell you something, for the most part, maybe the penitentiary do it, like the mediums and low, them dudes ain't doing that. Them dudes, they gonna might cut up a little bit, man, fuss, kick on the door, but they gonna lock down. And then when the people pop up, they're gonna be happy, they're gonna run that phone and call their girl, what's going on, who over there?
He said, get back to
I hear a man voice, they going, email, why you ain't send me an email? They trying to get to that phone, and they ain't trying to be locked down for a long time, man.
Do some prisoners get the conjugal visits?
No, not in the federal system.
Not in the federal system.
No.
Is there any way around that at all?
Yeah, the camp. In the camp, you're gonna be able to go sneak and get you something in the camp.
What does that cost? Like, is it just you gotta
you can't have no violence on your record, and you stay out of trouble. Sometimes people go straight to the camp. Or for guys who've been down a long time like me, if I don't have violence, if I just had a crack case and I stayed out of trouble, no write-ups, I go from a pen to a medium to a low, and then they'll let me go to the camp. At the camp, it's good because you got one CO. I've never been to a camp, but guys that have been to the camp who got caught sneaking back on the base or got caught hopping back over the fence. I had one of my homeboys who used to have a homie come from the streets, hop over the little, it's a little fence about this tall, hop over the fence, come in his bed, and he would actually go get in the car with his children's mother and go to New Orleans.
Hold on, wait the fuck a minute.
Yes.
So you're saying a partner used to sub his boy out?
Yes.
And like, hey, bro, I'm gonna hop the fence, I'm gonna lay down for you for what, a day or so, or?
I don't know how long, but I will tell you this here. They wound up getting in trouble behind it. It's public records.
Nigga, I bet.
His baby mother got time for it. He got time. He's deceased.
Oh,
now.
even the girl who was out.
She used to pull up to come get it. She used to bring the boy up there. She used to bring the guy up there, one of the homeboys out the hood, bring him up there, and he would go get in his bed for count time, and he would get in the car with his girl and go eat on to New Orleans.
Man, can you imagine you just get caught and you in jail and you not really you in there for your home? You might as well just go ahead. You might as well just go and stay here.
Man,
when your people get back, I'm gonna be
He gone.
Yeah, you broke in jail. Yeah,
He
for
gone.
real. Facts.
That's what. Hey, it's crazy because every time we have these stories, I learn something new every day. Like, damn, like what's the wildest shit you seen someone get away with? Like outside of you and you know what you were doing, but like y'all really got away with that? Like,
I done seen a lot of guys stab people up because like when the compound going, dudes will butcher dude, stab dudes on their face. I remember one man, it was this big white AB. He had came from Beaumont, Penn, came to USP McQuarrie. And he actually went up to the BET. The BET, that's black TV.
yeah, so this Aryan Brotherhood
Yeah.
going into the BET.
He went to TV and there was some bloods there by the TV. He was like, this is my TV for now. Y'all, I done killed 2 blacks already in Beaumont, you better ask about me. So they look like, just like you just did, that's what they did like. They called a move. Man, he went down, because he was going down to tell his brothers, to put them on point that what he just did with the TV. But before he could make it, there was a few Muslims, Jumar Friday. Man, they butchered him right there on the sidewalk. And it was so many people, it's like, can you picture like a busy street and everybody just, so it's so many, the knives coming out, and when the people come, you disperse. So you don't know, but in the pen, they're gonna hit that boom, they're gonna make that noise, they're gonna hit that sound, and the alarm gonna go off, they're gonna drop that bomb, boom, you're gonna hear that, get down. So I don't care if it's raining, mud, you better lay down. Cause when they come out with that gun, they shooting live rounds.
So are they saying to get down so they could kind of solve what the fuck's going on? Yeah, like let me solve what the fuck, just like, okay, who was close?
Right.
And then go question people.
Right.
So how many people be folding in those situations, do you feel like? Hey, they get everybody individually and hey, what happened?
Well, I done seen guys when you go to the whole, man, that wasn't me, I ain't do that, man. Ain't no point to, bro.
Process of elimination.
Yeah, bro, so much stuff that go on in the prison system, man, that you won't be surprised, because it's like, dudes don't want to go to the shoe, because sometimes when you go to the hole, you can get killed back there too. You know what I'm saying? And then the dudes play all kind of games. There's just so much stuff that go on when you're in that prison system, man. It's a lot of politics that go on in the federal system.
No, that's facts. That's facts. And that's why we glad Terrance Gangsta Williams home, goddamn.
Oh, man, what you talking about? Yes.
Now, I got to ask you. There was a situation, man. I know you came home. You told your love, you know, hey, we brought some Popeyes chicken. You know, we had some Popeyes. Right. But also you talk about your love of Walmart. And it's crazy because I seen a news article where there was a person taken hostage in Walmart like a week ago.
I seen that.
I'm like, God damn, you ain't even safe in Walmart no more. When you see a situation where there's a hostage in Walmart, and God damn it, you got to be, you know, because Walmart sell guns too. You got to be on your pivot in Walmart. Does that make you move different at all, like while you're in the Wally world?
Of course, because I know stuff real out here, but you brought something to my attention. Now they sell guns, and so that's a free kill for me. So if I'm in there, I'm on pivot, I can't touch a gun. But if I'm in Walmart and it's going down, I got to help the people.
Yeah, I got to help the people.
Do they got F&Ns and Dracos that I want to try? Now I'm just playing.
They know the exact bullets to load up and everything.
But yeah, I saw that, and the guy was talking about, he said somebody got shot or killed or something in there. Yeah, man, I seen it, and I was like, man, not the Wally world, you know, but I still go. That don't deter me from going. I'm going to my Walmart. It just, I find peace there, man.
Oh, yeah.
You know, I just like, it's just because there's so much stuff in Walmart.
What's your favorite section in Walmart? Where you in?
The sweet section.
Oh, okay.
I go in there because they always got different kind of cookies. And I know I can't use the sweets alone, right?
Yeah, I feel you.
Now I go to the fruit section, right? But they don't have my favorite. One of my favorite fruits is bananas and strawberry. They had it, but they don't have the nectarine.
Okay.
So they tell me they're gonna come back at some other season. They're gonna come back with that. But at Walmart, then I need to go to the clearance aisle too. A lot of people don't go to that clearance.
I didn't know they had one.
Yeah, see that's what I'm saying.
I didn't know they had one.
A lot of stuff be on sale in that clearance part.
Do you have access to a food stamp card?
Yes. Several.
Yes. Have you been to the Walmart that just had straight self-checkout? Like no humans, it's just straight self-checkout.
No.
You ever been to one?
No, did they have those?
Yeah.
In Walmart?
Yeah.
Yeah, like no humans.
Man, no.
Mind you, it's better than the one that has that one aisle open.
That would be boring. I don't want to go to that.
He said that'd be boring.
Nah, man. I ain't never seen that. That's got to be kind of, the big super Walmart.
It's a super Walmart. Yeah, like everything self-checkout. Like, hey, everything, do it yourself.
And let me tell you why I really don't like that either, because now you're taking away jobs too.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
I don't like that. I don't like that about my Walmart. They did that. Don't do that, Walmart.
And then they taking away jobs, and then they making you do their job. They, like, now I got to check all this shit out. I got to touch every item and ring it up myself.
Oh, I don't mind that, because you got to keep in mind, you know, sometimes, you know, you be like, oh, I forgot to scan this. Because listen, because sometimes the people be at that old door, they be lazy, they don't want to check your receipt.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? They be like, go ahead on. All right, good looking out. You know what I'm saying? But I'm not going to do it because I just like, it's like, if I go back, if I don't want to go back to prison, but if I'm going back to prison, I don't need to be on the news or the social media, because you know they y'all eat this up.
Yes.
Or OG Giddy going for stealing a pack of cookies. That just ain't gonna sit, man. The internet will go crazy about that, man. So I go by the book, man. But I love Walmart.
So what do you feel about those people and those kids, or look like teens, that's been running in Walmarts, just ransacking, stealing shit, running out? Walmart said, we about to close our stores if this stealing doesn't stop. That's been happening. I don't know if you've been seeing it, but they've been running in Walmart as like a gang of maybe 10, 20, 30 motherfuckers. Yeah. $2 billion
worth of theft or some shit like that.
$2 billion worth of theft, they saying. Like, that's how crazy they going. They running in there, running out.
And they said they about to close it?
They said if this doesn't stop, we will close some stores. Like,
I don't believe them, they faking, but the reason why I don't comment or say they wrong or this not right, because I come from that. We call that race feeling. When we would have a car parked out front and we could grab stuff to take out running out the store. I know a lot of stuff is wrong, this and that, but I'm from the hood. Cause like when people hit me on my Instagram, I try to answer everybody. So they be like, man, thank you for hitting me, I'm surprised. Bro, I don't think I'm different from you, you know what I'm saying? Just, people put me up on this pedestal saying, hey, you a celebrity, hey, you doing your thing. But I can't speak bad on them, because if I see somebody with a big TV or somebody at Walmart, and they got, let me buy that. So that's one of the ones
okay.
I can't.
Okay.
That's still my people. They grind. They in the hood grinding, man.
If I catch you on the Target, what am I? If I see that
Let
picture,
me tell you something. Target is boring. Queen Frank try to.
Target is boring.
Man, she talking about you don't go to Target. I said, you know what? Let's go to Target. We went to Target one morning. I said, you see this? Ain't nobody in here. This is boring. We walked. I said, let's get out of here. I tried Target.
What makes it boring? No one's in it just looking like they about to steal some shit.
No, when I go to stores, I want to see people shopping, people happy. I want to see the women walking around. And it reminds me that I'm not around 1,200, 2,000, whatever, 1,800 miserable men. I am in Walmart. I don't have to worry about lockdown. These women on their phone, or they shopping, they picking up stuff, putting it down. It just, you know what I'm saying? They just.
Yeah.
I'm free. I know I'm free.
Okay. Yeah. Shout out Walmart, goddammit. Shout out Walmart.
Yeah.
Now, I had to ask you a question about my brother last time, and I'm asking you because I have a brother that just recently got out of jail, and now he's on house arrest. And I was talking to the other day, he said he's depressed. I said, bitch, you depressed? Bitch, you. He's like, man, I kind of feel still like I'm locked up. Bitch, you at home. What is the, because I was like, nigga, you was better than where you came from.
Bro, he tripping. Let me just say this here. Cause see, I'm a homebody, I'm boring. Yeah. I don't go to club, I don't go out, I don't do none of that. Walmart, home, work, home, and I'm on my YouTube, and I'm trying to figure ways how I can get money, how I can do stuff. So it's like I'm back in jail, but I know I'm not in jail because I can go open my refrigerator. Sometimes I go open that refrigerator, just leave it open. Boy, shut that door. I'll be like, all right, but they don't realize that I can go in this refrigerator, do what I want to do. I can go in here, open up some food or potatoes or whatever, just put it down, or I could just do what I want to do. So with me being home, and with social media, man, it's so much stuff on his phones and so much entertainment. But is he young? Yeah. See, that's the difference. See, I'm older, so I like to chill. Because one thing I know, me being inside, I'm staying out the way. I ain't got to worry about no crazy person talking crazy, doing something, or me getting in trouble, or whatever case may be. I'm out the way. I'm home, answer the phone for my son when he called, or my daughter. Or I got a daughter, one of my daughters. I got 5 daughters, but only one daughter that drives me crazy, just bothers me. My daughter Tasia, she calls me all the time.
Well, there you go. Now, you mentioned social media, so I got to touch on it. You know, Terrance Gangsta Williams is a brand. He's... Well, I forgot what we called you last time, but you know, you're everything that we said last time. To where we seen you going at another entity, man. We had him on the couch before. He's been Reallyfe Street Starz alumni, which is OG Percy. God damn it.
Hello.
Now you haven't. I don't think you've addressed this yet. I don't know if you addressed it on your platform or not, but like OG Percy doing what he's done. You know, Ferguson unit. You know how it go.
He mentioned that. He responded to your interview saying that there's no tough guys in prison. Mm-hmm. And you said that you believe there's tough guys in prison.
Right.
And then he responded back. So.
Okay, Real Tune TV, that's his main man, right? So we was doing an interview and he was like, well, OG Percy, I said, well, this is my exact word. I said, well, I respectfully disagree with the OG Percy. I said, there are tough guys in prison. He took it and wanted to play chess with me. I felt he went a little far when he went to talking about all his accomplishments. He dissed Birdman at the time. And I'm like, listen, I'm the only one gonna diss Birdman. Let's get that straight. So at first I wasn't gonna respond to him because I was like, but then I started watching their numbers. So I played the numbers game. When I see you getting the views, I'm like, okay, people gonna be waiting for me to respond. So now I'm monetized, so now I can capitalize too. So I respond and at first, he was cool with my response, but I guess I struck a nerve when I called him a crackhead.
Struck nerves.
Yeah, you know, he said that was disrespectful, but he was bragging about how he was on Reallyfe Street Starz first, how he did this, all his accomplishments first. So I was like, okay, you know, you just coming home, you got to catch up. So you belittling me, fine, I don't have a problem with that. But now, when I see the views going up on Real Tune, okay, now I need to get some of that. So I respond the way I like to play. I like to joke. I crack jokes. I do what I do. So I respond back. And then he came back, and then I went back. You know, so we've been going back and forth. But at the end, each one I would joke, he'll say, "Oh, Terrance, I ain't got no beef. I ain't got no problem with you." Same thing with me. I don't have a personal beef with him. All my internet beef is on the internet. I don't want to take something like that to the streets.
Yeah.
You know, because at the end of the day, only thing we doing is entertaining the people.
Do you think it's a bad look to have two certified OGs going at each other?
Yes, it is.
It confuses some of the youngsters.
It's a bad look. However, that's why all my videos, I always let them know, and I be sincere from the heart, say no to drugs, stop the violence, put the guns down. And I let people know too, like OG Percy. I just shot him out plenty of time. Real Tune tried to get us together, sit down, but he don't want to do that, you know, to sit down with me, you know, to talk. But at the end of the day, I don't have a personal beef with him. He took a shot at me because I disagreed with him about tough guys being in prison. So when I seen their views going up, I was like, oh, well, I might as well get in the ring with him now. You know what I'm saying? And I sparred with him a little bit. I guess he said I went too far. You know, so now he make his videos. He called me informant, rat, this, and this. So we back and forth, you know, jousting back and forth. I'm waiting on their response now, so I know they got one. I'm pretty sure they're gonna make one with the sitting on the lap. So I'm just waiting for that. I got a response already in the cut for him in Real Tune, because that's his buddy. So, but I've been looking at my last views, so it's like some of my subscribers are kind of hard to please, because all they want to do is hear what did Terrance Gangsta Williams, aka OG Giggity, did in the hood. We don't want to hear all this other stuff. They will listen to some of it, but some of they want to stick to my life story. So some of my, like, a person might get 100,000 views on their channel for dissing me, but when I respond back, I'm not going to get the same views. You know, so some of my people like, man, look, we don't want to hear that giggity, we want to hear this here. No.
Now, I know we just talked about, is it a bad look for two OGs to go back and forth? But like you said, isn't it just kind of like Like it's sparring, like it's entertainment. So if it doesn't look like, if we could get into it and have a conversation and not disrespect each other a little bit, because I mean that's all, like a diss record, and then we just all make money. Is it really a big deal?
I'd be surprised with these rappers because a lot of these rappers claim they step away from the streets, but they'll let a rapper call them the B word, the F word, your mama, then they'll see him at the Grammy, oh, that was a nice verse, that was a nice punchline. I'm like, what the world? What's going on with these guys, you know?
That was a nice punchline.
You know, but it's just a different world, man. But that's why I always let people know that I don't have a personal beef with OG Percy or whoever else that I go through it with, you know. But I see that people like to be entertained, you know. So
like when you see a situation with the Hassan Campbell, where he's trying to decode Terrance Gangsta.
Audio from the guy.
Yeah, like, he pulling out storylines come out. You have to. Do you entertain it or do you look like, man, some shit I just won't touch?
That's a big YouTuber.
I entertain that immediately. That's
Okay,
what
okay.
Let me tell y'all something.
Listen. Oh shit.
Listen, see, this is the problem, and I respect it. See, you got real life street stars up here with the big dog. See, I'm a little channel. So y'all don't pay attention to me because I'm a little. But when Hassan Campbell dissed me because of that picture with me and Charleston White. He just went out, Charleston White, you told me you don't hang out with rats. Terrance Gangsta's a rat, and he went off. So I was like, whoa, Hassan come at me? Got him. And I immediately made a video going back at him. I got some pretty good views on it. So, you know, I was cool with that. You know, then he did this, that I can't. And let me tell you what's crazy. I did a video, bro, about like a month or so ago, going at Hassan Campbell. I was addressing Lil Soulja Slim, him, and it's still in my computer now. It won't download. It's still in my computer right now to this day, and I believe there was some good footage that I did, but it's still in my computer right now. So it's, yeah, I was going at him pretty hard.
Okay.
But yeah, like for the most part, when people say something about me, and I look at their views, if I see that I can capitalize, I can make sense out of it, I will respond accordingly. But if it's a small channel, I know he's trying to do like I did. That's how I come up on Boosie. You think I'm gonna let you come up on me? I got the blueprint, but you're not about to use that against me.
Oh yeah.
But now I would say this, in this time now, because like I said, I'm running out of stories, so it's like, I don't know what I'm gonna do next on YouTube. So now a lot of the little channels I've been feeding into their bull, helping them out because it's like, it's enough money for all of us. Okay, what you say? Okay, I'll entertain you, you know.
He's I entertain.
Yeah.
So with I don't know if you've seen the situation with, well, of course you've seen it, but Ayotola, Marv, you know, they're big guys making their rounds through Dallas. We haven't had a chance to sit down and talk to them yet, but I definitely want your opinion on what their movement is and the things that they had to say, because again, everyone's a critic as they see you on the lights and get to talking.
You said you can't serve two masters.
Yes.
No, I say gods. Everybody uses the word master. Yeah. Okay, this is the thing. I seen him get up and he's glorifying this Paru. But then he says he's in the Nation of Islam. And the movement that I'm on, I'm like, bro, you know, I understand you want to hold on to your legendary status, but you're sending a mixed signal to these youngsters. So I was asked the question, what you think? I was like, well, man, I disagree. Once again, the disagreement was you can't serve being you the Nation of Islam, and I gave a good analogy on how you're gonna be in the Nation of Islam and be an active gang member. Because if your shot caller in the gang say, listen, we're gonna start everybody in this neighborhood, stores, everybody gotta pay. And then if the FOI patrolling this neighborhood, they say, listen, protect the neighborhood, don't let nobody start nobody. So now what are you gonna do? Because you in the Nation of Islam and you're blood, you gonna listen to your big homie, gonna listen to the minister.
Yeah.
He got mad and said, well, he a Sunni Muslim, and bro, you attacking my religion now. All thing I say is I don't agree with you being a gang member in the Nation of Islam. He took it far left. Then he quoting hadith saying this in the Quran. He don't much know the deen. So I was like, we got an old man that's ignorant. But I could have went in and bashed him, and then I could have bashed the Nation of Islam. But because I was in the Nation of Islam for 8 years, so I know the Nation of Islam front and back.
Yeah.
And now I'm a Muslim. We don't supposed to say Sunni Muslim because Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said in the Quran, just say you're Muslim. But, you know, I found out the Sunnah. And I was the imam, I don't like to say that word, but I was a prayer leader at the prison where I was at for some years. So I know some of the Arabic. I know how to pray in Islam. And I've studied the Quran. I know the hadith. So the stuff he be quoting, it be out of hadith and he says out the Quran. And I'd be like, man, this old man, he tripping. But I don't want to, I'm not going to go there with him no more because my followers don't like that. I don't get a lot of views on that. So it's like, man, leave that old man alone.
Yeah, he's stepping on shit, man.
Yeah,
Shit.
they don't really want to hear religion.
Yeah, okay.
You know what I'm saying? So I got to find another channel to sit down with him and joust with him with that.
But the thing is, it's funny. Like a lot of people, like you say, they do like give their self-stature by talking about, yeah, man, I caught this many bodies, like you say, but they're sending the wrong signal. So what do you think, you know, us as a people need to do to kind of clear that up? Because it does feel like people always want to use them stats to kind of justify themselves. You know what I mean?
That goes back to I said, but the peer pressure and people want to be seen. Think about this. When you that dude, or if you a killer, a stepper, or a gangster, whatever you want to, the minor kid you want to go with, the hood is going to talk about you. Everybody else is going to say, oh, OG Giggity boy, in his time he was a stepper, or he pulled a gun, he did this, and this. Or if you look at my PSI, you're going to see I've been charged with 6 homicides. I was sentenced to life sentence in 20 years. I was one of the youngest ones to be charged with an 848, a kingpin charge. And I didn't must have the money or the drugs that Big Meech had, but I know they wanted me to tell on cash money. So I got all this paperwork, right? So I'm not gonna go and tell people, man, you know, I killed 40 people, or man, I killed this dude on this block, or this block, this block. The street's gonna tell you that. So a lot of these guys be feeling like, you don't know who I am, so I won't let you know who I am, I want to poke your chest out. But the minute them people get you in that interrogation room or put them cuffs on you, it's a different story, man, you know? I waited 23 years, 10 months to go in that room, but I went in there, so I knew how I feel to be in there, you know what I'm saying? But a lot of them, bro, they ain't wouldn't be able to handle that. A lot of them dudes wouldn't last a day. Man, jail is a horrible place to be, man.
Man.
That's a horrible place to be.
Have you ever seen someone who claimed your work?
Plenty.
Like,
I've listen, bro, let me tell you what's crazy. You said that I've met people, plenty of guys that'll be like, lie and say they gangster. Because like when I used to meet females, when me and Mosquito used to be together, I never tell them about I'm gangster. Anybody in my city tell you, I've never said, I always say my name Terrance. Where you from? Magnolia. Why you do that? Oh, I know some boys, gangster them out the Magnolia. And who? Gangster Mosquito, and me and him be right here. Wow. I've had that plenty. I done met females that say, oh, I know Gangsta Mosquito. I done had dudes lying, say they gangster, talking about they did this and this act, and I'm like, wow.
Wow, to your face telling you about shit that you didn't.
Yeah, because see, a lot of people, you know how we get the misconception that when we hear stuff, we'll put it in our mind how we think it should be.
Yeah.
So people always view me as being this big black gorilla because of a lot of stories they heard. You know, so they're like, oh, gangsta them did this, gangsta them did that, gangsta them did. A lot of stuff, bro, I didn't even do in my city, but they didn't put so much stuff on me to where I was this notorious killer. But I've had guys to be right here telling a story, telling or I've heard guys telling people, yeah, man, me and Mosquito, yeah, we come through the cut, we had them choppers and we did this. I'm like,
so what?
Take that charge then. Somebody gonna kill you behind, you know what I'm saying?
Right, they gonna get you behind.
Yeah, man, I've witnessed that a lot. And dudes in prison used to do that. It's to this day, I've never been to USP Coleman, but a lot of guys always like, yo, tell Gangsta, say what's up, man, ask Gangsta was in USP Coleman. Because you got guys in prison that lie and say, oh, I'm gangster. Yeah, I'm baby brother. Yeah, I'm gangster. Be getting money, borrowing stuff, doing. Man, I done heard so much, bro. It's so many wild stories in prison, guys lying, saying they me.
Damn, some niggas owe you some commissary.
Something, man. Send it, mail that to me, man.
Something.
Let me get some mac. I need that squeeze cheese.
There you go.
Yeah, I can't find that in Walmart. But
man, that's real, man. Always a blessing, man. We also always want to touch on what you got going on, what you got movement. Keep pressure on you and your channel too, and all the podcasts you got going. Have you added more podcasts? Have you took some away? What's going on in the gangster world where we need to tap in with what you got going on?
Well, of course, y'all, I've been procrastinating. Queen Fred just got on me today about that documentary. I'm working on that. I just scored my what is it? How you pronounce it? Is it Roku or Roku?
Roku.
Roku.
Yeah.
I just I got my channel up, so when you go on the Roku, I got my app up. Thank you.
Black excellence. Own your own shit.
Yeah. You go on there, so you're gonna see all my videos I did on YouTube. I'm putting the movies on there. I got the license where I got a video, and we're putting songs, be helping unsigned artists, and we're putting their music on there. Queen Francis and I got the Cap podcast. But my main thing I really been focusing on, because it really had touched my heart, I didn't think I would get the response that I've gotten. My nonprofit is called They Need Us. And man, I went to this shelter in Fort Worth, and it was families there, was like children there, and it kind of spooked me, right? Because I pull up on the street, and there's this guy with dreads. He on the phone, so he's looking at me, I'm looking at him. And usually when you look at a person too long, they about to up the tool or something. I'm like, why you keep watching me? I'm like, man, I'm not him, or whatever happened, bro. Don't think that it's me, So he's staring at me, and I'm like, man. But I'm looking back at him because I need to see what is you up, what's going on. So he walked by there's a few ladies on the steps, and he put out their phones, and he said, I knew it was you. So I was like, okay, well, so I'm not nobody that robbed him or did something to him.
I thought you was who you
Right.
are.
So word got around, OG gigged out, so people started coming out of the shelter. I was taking pictures with them, and they were just happy that I was here to give them a hug, and I was like, wow, it makes a difference,
It's real powerful.
It shows that somebody love y'all. And I was happy to see that these women, because I seen a mother with her daughter and with her daughter, so I was like, I was happy to see that these women still have their children. Some people be like, man, I can't take care of you, go to the homes or let somebody else take care of you or get them children away. I was happy that these families were still holding on to their children, So I had got my bonus from my job, man, and we went to Walmart and I spent my bonus. I was like, whoa, I didn't spend all right, but yeah, man, because we've been buying stuff out the pocket, you know what I'm saying? We've been paying out the pocket, buying. And then on my way from this shelter, I was leaving, I see the Red Cross is another shelter. Man, I still had stuff in the trunk. I pull over, and it was a lot of young children, young girls. They was, a little boy was so excited, I had clothes on, he grabbed some bike and typed some shots. I said, boy, get after that girl.
Yeah,
you can't wear that, but.
I just want it.
Yeah, so, and I was like, I told her, it was an older guy. I said, hey, man, how many people? He said, man, it's about 50 females in here. I was like, what? I said, okay, we're going to come back to this one next. And so one of my homegirls in New Orleans, she donated 150-something toys to my nonprofit. So we got them, I don't do the holidays, so they're in New Orleans, so I got to get them shipped up here to Texas, and we're going to go hit some shelters and just make it rain.
All under the They Need Us brand, They Need Us platform. They need us. Yeah,
my Instagram is They Need Us Third Ward. And so if people want to donate, they got the Cash App on there. And what I'm doing is, whatever you donate, your name gonna be on there. So we're gonna go buy whatever you donate, and we're gonna film it, and we're gonna show you what we're doing with your money, the children or the family who getting, whatever. We're gonna show you where every penny go. Cause I don't want nobody to think I'm trying to cuff, cause YouTube been taking care of me.
Oh yeah, talk to him.
Yeah.
And for those that do want to follow you directly, man, tell them again how to follow you, how to see what you got.
Man,
YouTube,
listen, y'all have a big platform, man. Don't cut this out now.
Come on now.
Be looking for this.
Come on now.
Terrance Gangsta Williams home Instagram. My Instagram page been growing. I got a Facebook. I hardly be on Facebook because they say Facebook for the old people, Instagram for the youngsters. My Facebook is Terrance Emmanuel Williams, my whole name. I have my YouTube channel is Terrance Gangsta Williams, the original Hot Boy. That's my YouTube channel. Then I have the YouTube channel with me and Queen Francis, Cap podcast. We got Queen France World on YouTube channel. We have, what else I have? I got the nonprofit. What else, man? As soon as I get off it, most important, make sure you all download the app for the Roku.
On the Roku, download the app.
Yeah, I got so you can look at me on TV.
And what's the name of the app itself?
It's Terrance Gangsta Williams Network.
Terrance Gangsta Williams Network.
They got the network on that thing, so that made me feel good when I seen
that boy got his own network.
Yeah.
Cartoons are coming. Cartoons shows, children's shows.
Yeah.
We're gonna be all over the place with
Everything.
Oh, man.
It's black and gold. So when you go on Roku, when you type my name in, that thing gonna pop up.
We're gonna have you add it right now. This is a Roku TV.
Right
This
now.
is TV right here?
Oh yeah. It's a Roku.
Come on, put it on there so the people can see this.
Oh
bro.
yeah, we're about to go on it right now. Okay. Yeah, we're gonna close out with that shit.
I just got. I'm about to make history with this one here, baby.
And
But, yeah, man. So, before I forget, man, I gotta shout out my homie Jerker, man. Jerker, man, he the original Magnolia landlord. See, he gave me the name back in the day, right? So when I go to the Fed, he gonna tell me, well, man, you in the Fed, and I want to repossess my name back. I gave you. You gave me that, homie. So he got his little pocket. He doing his thing, Jerker, man. He got big respect. He finna know you. He an OG finna know you. He gave me the name landlord, but he took that back from me now. So he's Jerker, man, aka the landlord. But he one of the ones that get a lot of people that be starting beef or have beef. He bring us together because a lot of people respect him. The reason why I hold a lot of respect for that OG at my project, because when I broke out of juvenile jail, I didn't have clothes or shoes, and he used to give me ballots, and it was expensive back then. So he always looked out for me. Shout out to Jerker, man. You know what else I want to shout out, and he hate me, but I'm gonna give him an alley hoop because this is a big stage here. What the boy named B-Roll. They got a page called We Hate Rats.
We Hate
Shout
Rats.
out to B-Roll, the pastor. Now they gave you alley hoop, pastor, but we not friends. So let's hit that known.
Come
I
on,
still
now.
don't like you.
That count for something though.
Yeah, I still don't like it, but this is a big stage here, so you got your alley. Don't say I ain't look out for you. And another thing, Pastor, you can't come on YouTube with all that cussing, so you got to tone it down if you want to get monetized. Now, moving right along.
Pastor with all that cussing.
Oh, he cussed like a boy. He got a foul mouth. Y'all gonna see him. But he's real funny though. Y'all gonna like him because he's real funny.
God damn.
But he a comedian. But he spent a lot of time worrying about those gangsters, so he helps me out too. Who else? Shout out to Concrete Chronicle Podcast. Shout out to Brian Glaze Gibb. I always get this name messed up, but Jihad Concrete Chronicle Podcast, him and his wife, they have a restaurant that's opened up in Atlanta. I know hers is Celebrity Chef Fork in the Road Celebrity Chef. I know her name is Wahida Williams.
I like that.
So make sure y'all support her because they be helping me out a lot. Okay, we got official Queen France. We got Queen France Agency. She's doing a lot of things. She got some artists too that she been managing. She doing the management. I'm trying to sign up to my label, but she won't let me do it.
Oh.
She don't want to mix that. So I respect that. But
we gonna see.
Then I got a few movies that we trying to put together. Come on, we're gonna do some. Let me say this here. Me and the guy, we got a little movie script that we wrote, a little short little film, and then I'm gonna star in this little thing, and I'm gonna put it on my channel.
I like it.
See how that go.
I like it.
But
I like it. Just starring Terrance Gangsta Williams.
yeah, most importantly, shout out to Salahuddin from the FOI. I got a chance to meet him tonight. Man.
Yes, sir.
What the other brother who say they got the thing, man?
His name was Brother Muhammad, from what I know. We're gonna call him Brother Muhammad for right now, but he got a thing coming up.
Brother Muhammad, yeah, he got a program. I support that. I like that.
Yes.
He told me his name. Told me I apologize, Brother Muhammad, FOI. But I got a chance to meet Salahuddin. I was happy to be. This is a legend right here. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, we're talking about
OG,
Zeke Elliott's father, Stacey Elliott, in the building. Alumni as well.
And you know what else too, man? That shows Mr. Marlo. I just took a picture with a minister from the FOI.
Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah. I just took a picture with a minister from FOI, man.
Talk to him.
So stand down, man. So man. But you know what? Most importantly, shout out to Reallyfe Street Stars.
Oh man, thank you.
Man,
hey,
listen.
we'll take it, man.
Shout out to Reallyfe
Love.
for real, man. Listen, when I bragged about I was on here, OG Percy got a little mad. I was on there first. All right, calm down. I understand you, but I'm on here now.
Hey, talk to him, man.
Yeah.
Hey, listen, man, we love to get the stories, man, because again, it's not only for us and for the city, man, it's for the fans that are fans of y'all's as well. So they love to see y'all get on platforms and be able to, get to that real shit, that real street star shit. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So it's a blessing, man. We ain't got to say it. I'm going to let Faz do his thing.
Hey, man, you know what? This is the best part. Terrance Gangsta Williams, you are a Reallyfe street star.
Wow.
Shout out Reallyfe Street Stars, nigga. Move it. Hey.